Oh no, and the rev is coming. No! Ah! If he steals this, it's gonna be really funny. He's going for the spear. He goes for it. Oh, let's go. Automatic championship is now enabled. I like that. That's the new name. Automatic champion. It's a good gizmo, actually. Look at that, guys. We've got the champion's comet. Okay, right. Let's get into the monthly AT. And, well, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is probably a good team because they have a nonsensical name. That is the reality. Let's get into it. Oh, I can't even load in. Never mind. Well, we'll have a look at that a little bit later. I've been told there's some pretty juicy teams, actually. So let's see what we got going on. We do have rank 55 dragons. We have French Mafia. Very nice. Very good. The Frenish Mafia. So it's going to be, I presume, a combination of Finnish and French players. Love to see that. Very, very nice. Looks like a good game that we could actually have to see what's going on. Riken team playing as well, actually. But let's go ahead and have a look. Oh, Incandescent. They're using the eye with 2 dots. That means they're probably tryhards as well. So watch out for those two. Okay, let's go. Very nice. We're in. Yeah. Here we go. So let's see. What have we got here? Wow, this is actually a stack team. This is actually a giga stack team, actually. What the hell is this? We've got Draza, we've got Boyce, we've got Frey. What is this name? Sabrina, for real, on God. Okay, like with a name like that, this must be an insane player. And also we have Misha, still playing the Chronomancer. This build actually did get nerfed. So let's see if we're going to see other play. Looks like it is still going to be Chronomancer as the other team that is also going with the support Chronomancer in a similar way. With Zeolith here on the Deadeye. We have the Druid as well. We have a Vindicator actually coming together. I haven't seen this for a while, actually, so I have to see how this one actually plays out. Both teams are actually going for this. Looks like it is almost like a hybrid support build, actually, with a little bit of damage. We have Death Drop being used here, but with Salvation Invocation. So, like, almost like a very hybrid-y, 1v1 bunkery. I mean, look, you know, if I see Ventari in PvP, guys, I'm in fear, right? I'll admit that. We could be in for a bit of a bunker fest here, because actually both teams are insanely tanky, actually, now that I look at this, and also very, very evasive. We have we have this Vindicator on here. We've got the support Chronomancer, of course. Untamed is also going to be pretty durable and very elusive too. Deadeye, hard to pin that down too. And Hollow, maybe one of the squishier things here, but it's still no slouch when it comes to survivability. He has like very good mobility and so on, is able to evade, and we'll be getting a lot of support from the team as well, as we can see there. But yeah, very similar approaches by both of these teams. We see the Druid on blue team compared to, what are we missing here? It's a Hollow Smith, isn't it? Right, yeah, we've got the Untamed on both sides. There's a Hollow and a Druid is the one being swapped out here. Of course, Deadeye. You know, Deadeye is still around, guys. You know, you just can't get rid of it. You really can't, with the rifle, sword, dagger setup here as well. I was going to say I love to see that, but to be honest, I'm not sure that I really do.
Did you see that? Red team got a capture point.
Yeah, we've got to have a moment of silence for Firebrand, please. You know, spent an entire, like, I think 2 to 3 years of slowly getting buffed up to relevance. It was good for around 1 week or so, and then Chronomancer arrived and has completely superseded it. I mean, that's a little bit unlucky there, but, you know, it's fine. Look, you know, there's going to be a balance patch coming up soon. Firebrand, it's going to have its moment in the sun again. You know, maybe it doesn't deserve it, right? Maybe it's been already been dominant for such a long time that it doesn't deserve. Okay, so it was so good in Path of Fire, it deserves to be held down forever and denied its moment of glory. That's how it is. But anyway, a very one-sided game so far with this, and yeah, I mean this. Yeah, the blue team obviously good, but I mean red team. Spoiler alert. Okay, close your ears if you don't want a spoiler. If this team doesn't win, I mean, yeah, this is yeah. It's not looking good for any other team except the red team, to be honest. I'm not really the kind of guy to call that too early, but on the other hand, to be frank with you, I'm also not the kind of guy who's going to create some false hype. This team is almost certainly going to completely dominate this tournament and may win pretty much every single match 500-0. So, yeah. It's something, you know. It's going to be a tournament, you know. But look, you know, the other teams might be competitive. We'll have to see. And look, a good, you know, it's good to make statements like this, guys. You know, it's good to make statements like there's no way this team can lose, because if they do, right, that means it's good content, right? Like, if they do and if I'm wrong, then that really rackets up the tension, right? Or ratchets up the tension, I should say, as we get to the latter half of the tournament. But, yeah, this is not looking good. Let's go have a look at some of these other teams. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Yeah, blue got 5 points. It's a comeback, my friends. An insane comeback. Okay, we've got another pretty powerful colon 3 abuser. Nice. You know, that's good. You know, we've got some another support Chronomancer in the mixer as well. What looks at this, like red team looking pretty good. Deadeye, bit of a recurring motif here. So the thief is still definitely pretty damn good. Did get nerfed a little bit last patch, but still doing its job very, very nicely. Has that mobility, has that damage output. And I guess that's not really a surprise, actually. Like, if I'm looking at the meta right now, especially the previous game that we just looked at, what you'll notice is that it's pretty... I wouldn't say it's bunkery, really, but everyone is quite bruisery, right? And that actually is definitely something that Deadeye can really exploit. Like, if you're not super fast and you don't really have anything that can contest the Deadeye, this thing is the natural predator, right, of these kind of slower builds that just kind of sit around not doing that much, right? That's where Deadeye can really tear through those things and actually generate some kills. Because, of course, having the rifle and that sword dagger, it's just so much damage. It's very, very effective at dealing with some of these tankier specs and just completely ripping through them pretty effectively in that situation. Very nice. Very, very nice. And yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true, actually. Yeah, look, we've got gear inspect. Look, watch out, guys. They're going to add this to PvE next. Oh, no. Look at this. Look, I should be banned for this. I'm just going to go around and gear inspect every single one of these players. Look at this, guys. This is unacceptable. This is unhinged, my friends. Goodness me. Yeah, call the cops. We've got a robbery here. I'm stealing their builds. I'm doing it. I actually can't inspect their fashion. Wait, hang on a minute. Let's see. If this guy targets someone, I might be able to. Oh, I can! Let's go! Ah, classic PvP, actually just has the full Shadow Abyss dies. I think that's not really displaying correctly. Oh, no, all the dies are being overwritten by the PvP arena. Yeah, you actually can't turn that off. There is supposed to be a setting to turn it off, but it doesn't work. And it's never worked, actually. Nice. But yeah, you can see here we have the chainmail. This is just pristine. Chainmail chest piece with Shadow Abyss die. Chainmail leggings and chainmail footgear, all with full Shadow Abyss die. That is actually a classic PvP setup. You know, honestly, you could probably inspect basically everyone, especially on the red team here. These are some I'd say the blue team. To be fair, the blue team are actually fairly well known as well. Actually, we've got Zenvo here, Kranel as well in the mix. So these are some pretty well-established PvPers, but the red team, very much so. This is the PvP, definitely a PvP all-stars. Well, maybe not all-stars exactly, but, you know, they're well-known. Like, you know, people know who this is. You can tell by their slightly nonsensical names. That's exactly what's going on there. Let's see what other teams we actually got going on in the mix here. Let's see. Who looks like it could be a good team? Ah, the Mamaya's team is already gone. What about this incandescent team here, actually? Let's see what we got going on this side. Ah, yeah, okay. This is also a very good team, actually. We have Kingslayer. Pain. Honestly, the best PvPers are the role players. Pain, definitely one of the biggest role players in the PvP scene, actually. Here he is, the Kingslayer. Zintrex on the Spellbreaker here. We have Demolish. I don't know. There must be some kind of lore behind this. I don't know why his character is Ben Shapiro. I'm not really sure where that's coming from. But it is what it is. Like, that's the name. We have the support Chronomancer here as well. And the Conqueror. Let's go. Nonomelon, recent monthly AT winner. The Catalyst, the Conqueror. Also a very good team. I mean, I'm not going to lie. They're going to have a real rough time against 55. But, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully they actually encounter each other in the next round, maybe. Or maybe in one of the closer rounds so we can see how, yeah, a little preview how this one is going to work out. Very nice. Now we're in. We have another game. Is this kind of a competitive game? Not really. Let's see if we can find an interesting match in the first round here. This one's kind of over. This one's also kind of over. Looks like they're all pretty straightforward. Let's maybe just hop into this one. I think that one's over, actually. That one's also over. Yeah, very straightforward first round by the, you know, all things considered. I guess this game is still going on, but as you can see here, blue team is extremely far ahead. They're about to pretty much win the game, actually, by securing this kill. They have left the map pretty open here, but they have their ranger. The druid here should be fine. We'll have to hold this 1v1. The thief is going to be annoying for a little bit, but well, I mean, actually, yeah, the druid's kind of in trouble here. Like, they need to run. Being here is not going to be the play. Do have Celestial Avatar left over. Actually, maybe they are fine. Let's see. How tanky is druid? Oh, actually, looks like they are fine. The Mesmer is going to make it in time. The red team managed to do a grand total of basically no damage to the druid. A little bit unfortunate for them there, but yeah, blue have locked this one down. Figuring out who's going to capture the node. Boom. No meta. This guy is not a meta slave. I will never play meta. But what's actually very interesting about this is that Dragon Hunter has been meta previously. So this kind of implies that this is actually maybe a new character. Or maybe when Dragon Hunter was meta, they were actually playing Firebrand, maybe. Or maybe they were playing Willbender. They just refused to play the meta spec. I guess that kind of makes sense. That's an option that you could take. This player is reviving themselves with their glyph, I think, but it's not gonna cut it, I'm afraid. They're dead. You know, it's over. Well, there it is. I think that's the end of the first round. Is it the end of the first round? Oh, I guess this one's still going. And the game is over, but it continues. Is blue team trying to come back? I mean, I guess they are, but it's not gonna work. This game is not winnable. It's over. Boom. Whoa. Look at that Untamed just landing a massive blow onto the Berserker before dying. Being attacked by 2 Willbenders. You know, the blue team's comp is pretty bad, but when you've got 2 Willbenders chasing after you, it's going to feel very terrifying. And that is something. But it is also not going to work in any way, but, you know, I guess it's fun. It's always winnable. I mean, it is theoretically winnable, but it would require the blue team to suddenly have a massive spike in skill and hard outplay their opponents to an extreme degree for the next 5 minutes. And actually, it might literally be impossible because I don't think they actually have time to decap this node. Like, so, you know, it's... Unless the blue team, or the red team AFKs, I don't think it can be won. Yeah, there's only two blue players here. It would have to be a full AFK moment, I'm afraid. Yeah. It's over. Points from this kill. Actually, will they even need the points from the kill? No. Go on, get him. You can win the game with the kill. Didn't even go for it. Just let the points tick up. And there it is. That's how it is. GG. Okay, what's the next round? Ah, nice. We actually do get the ultimate match. We can actually see maybe what the finals look like for this tournament. It might be a little bit brutal, but we can certainly take a look. Incandescent versus rank 55 Dragons. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. So on the red team, it is rank 55 Dragons. Master of Disaster. Hollowsmith. Sabrina. Frey. Boyce. You know, what even is this? Like, why do we have these confusing names? Like, Boyce always... He plays this character, Zan #1 Simp. It's very confusing. Sometimes you go, wait, is this Zan? No, it's actually Boyce. And we have Draza. Here he is. on his Deadeye here. Wow. Absolutely incredible stuff. Okay, would you look at that? We've got the Trickery, we've got Shadow Arts, and Deadeye, obviously. Rune of the Warrior. Extra power and vitality. And Relic of Fireworks. It's kind of a classic rune. You see this pop up a lot in PvP, actually. It just turns out that 10% more damage it's pretty good, to be honest. You know, it's just pretty good. Just slap that onto a really nice stat stick like Rune of the Warrior. And 10% more damage, it'll get the job done. On the blue team, we also have the support Chronomancer. I think running the identical setup, actually. Maybe slightly different. Oh, Rune of Svanir. Negative 66% incoming at chill duration. Pretty interesting setup there, actually. Of course, you know, chill is a really painful condition, so minimizing that is going to be pretty nice, actually. And that's kind of uncommon to see that in a rune, right? Like, most runes don't really have bonuses like that, necessarily. They're mostly just stats, but this is kind of like a secondary stat, almost, that you don't necessarily kind of expect to pop up in a rune with Relic of the Flock. And it's actually going to be Rune of the Guardian, which is kind of a more traditional stat, like just toughness and healing for Misha over here. But yeah, broadly the exact same setup here. Going with Temporal Enchanter and Feedback for that resistance and super speed as well. So a slightly different thing. And of course, it also applies to Time Warp 2 on the Elite skill, which can be used a lot, right? Bear in mind, in PvP, the cooldown on this ability is very short, actually, especially when you consider improved alacrity being in the mix, too. But anyway, we have Zintrex on the Warrior pushing over, and there are some pretty different compositions here, actually. The comp is very different. We have the Warrior, the Catalyst here, whereas we have this Vindicator being set up here with the Untamed on red. So let's see how that kind of plays out there. I think one thing that is concerning me right now about, potentially about what the blue team has here, is that I'm thinking about how they're going to secure kills. Right, like, how are they going to be able to get kills here efficiently? Because they do have the Thief, and the Holosmith should be packing a punch too, and I guess the Catalyst as well. But red team is pretty damn durable. Like, they really, really are, to be honest. And yeah, you can see the Untamed here from Boyce is really putting in work on this Catalyst over here. This is going to be a winning matchup here. For Boyce, or it seems like he's doing a good job at least. And now we do actually see, oh, the Deadeye actually does get caught over here, actually. The Kingslayer has secured Draza. No revive there. And this is a slightly interesting meta. Bear this in mind, guys. We do not have a revive on our support. So that does mean that the meta has some kind of inherent momentum to it that we haven't seen in a long time. Not having that revive, it has a certain finality. It means that if you go down state, it's much more punishing in the current meta. Like, previously, you had this lifeline, you had that revive, and of course, you still have some, you know, you can press F to revive players, you absolutely can. But it is a little bit different. So Frey is kind of plonked down here on middle, on this Vindicator. Now, I think the blue team kind of just has to leave him alone, I think. Yeah, we can see Demolish kind of realizing this is not really where he wants to be right now. The Deadeye almost getting caught again, actually, though. I do like this focus from the blue team. This is very smart. Like, they know that the red team, they really need this Deadeye to be around doing DPS. Like, this is basically the red team's big rotational damage dealer. They need this because they do have this kind of, like, bunkery setup over here as well. So they do need that. I like that focus, but they weren't able to get him that time around, and now we do actually have Demolish, the Holosmith, here in a little bit of trouble. Of course, the support is in the mix. This is a little bit scary now, though, for blue. Blue need to make something happen here, and let's explain why. Right now, we've got this Vindicator is planted on middle. We have the Untamed sitting over here. We'll be very happy to 1v1 anything that comes his way over here on this node. And we have the Thieves just 1v1ing each other. Basically, you know, it's a 1v1 matchup, so whoever can win that is obviously going to be putting in some really good work for their team. But blue team needs to make something happen here, and it's going to be hard. We basically have a double support here, almost on mid. Right, like we have this Avatar Amulet with Ventari, just sitting on middle with the Chronomancer. I don't think blue team can break this, and they're realizing it now. Yeah, and we have Boyce winning this 1v1. That does allow him to potentially go and threaten the artifact here, which looks like exactly what he's going to do. Yep, he's going to go for that, pick up the sword. It's not contested. There's no rotation potential as well. The blue thief is still in that 1v1, so Boyce knows nobody can be decapping him right now. Does have that respawn, so he's going to have to concede the node, but his team's going to power up, removing that objective from the board, and he can just push back in here and start winning this 1v1 again if he needs to. And meanwhile, yeah, this is a bit of an awkward one here, to be honest, for the blue team, because again, they've got this node, but I don't think red team really cares that much about it. Like, it doesn't really care about this too much. Because, again, we have this good matchup here, especially with the sword buff now. Like, it's 25% more damage and the execute. We've got the double support on middle. I mean, blue has to rotate. Like, I'm not going to lie. Blue needs to do... Oh, they actually managed to break through, actually. Hang on. I take it back. I do take it back. So very nice. Blue team are able to find a kill here, and they are not able to get that revive. But it has taken a very long time, and during that time, red team has built up a pretty sizable points advantage. And the issue is here, it's still going to take them a long time to finish this off. Like, Frey and Misha aren't going to be able to bunker this down. There's the time warp. There's more healing coming through here as well from the healing mantra. And yeah, Frey and Misha, they will be able to bunker this pretty effectively. Yeah, we've got Shield 5 coming up now, and this is really smart, by the way. Look what's going on here. Frey and Misha, they're almost kind of like taking turns on who's bunkering the point when they have cooldowns. Right? They're kind of rotating in. Misha's not standing on the point unless he needs to. We may see Frey have to kite in a moment. That might have to happen. In a moment. Looks like that is going to be the case, yeah, and they're now going to try and refocus onto Misha, but they're still not dead. They've been holding this, they do end up conceding the node. Now we're going to see like a much more passive state of play from these two players, but yeah, this is just too slow. This is not going to work, and blue team need to come up with something here. They need a plan. I don't think they know what to do against this. These are very good players, to be clear, guys. Like, you know, I'm not saying they can't win, but they need a strategy. They need a strategy to deal with what red team is doing here, and they haven't found it yet. That kill on middle, it was too slow. They weren't able to flip the node. Frey and Misha, they're still here. They haven't been dislodged. Now they are reinforced by the Holosmith, who, of course, was killed in this team fight, but is now already back in the mix. Again, they need an answer to Boyce. I mean, I don't want to say competitive. It kind of is, because to an extent, they've got no answer to Boyce right now. Maybe they need to have Zintrex try and take this fight instead, but the Catalyst is not working. They aren't able to... This matchup is just not going to work out well for the Elementalist. Boyce is going to consistently win that, and of course the Thief is now plussing into the mix as well. I mean, this is just... Yeah, this is a rough one. I think it's actually really good for the blue team that they had this matchup early on. This does give them some time. They have over an hour, I would say, in order to come up with some kind of strategy to deal with this. If there's any team that can win, it is the blue team, in my opinion. This is a very strong roster. They won the last monthly, of course. They can 100% put up a fight, at the very least. But they need to come up with a solution here. But that's how it is. But anyway, blue team actually manage to pick up the sides. But I think that is going to be short-lived. Yeah, it absolutely is. Ooh, that Deadeye nearly gets caught again, though. Ooh, does get caught. But actually, oh no! That's so brutal. The trade is happening. Wait, what do we have here? Do we have the stealth coming? Oh, there's the port and the stealth. Oh, hang on, though. The revive from the Chronomancer comes in. That's a massive revive. They are able to get that rally. Oh, very close there, but an unfortunate death. So now Boyce is going to be forced into a very unfavorable 1v3. He's going to have to hold on for a long time. Misha is moving in, though, so the support should be good here. This node still being held neutral, especially now with the Vindicator also getting into the mix. On the other side of the map, we have the Holosmith into the Warrior in the 1v1. Warrior actually has the shield buff too, so this is, yeah, not really gonna... It's gonna be too durable, really, for the Holo. Now that the Thief is in, though, oh yeah, you can see now, look how good that Thief is at taking down these targets. SD is just so brutal. Anything that relies on blocks in any kind of way is just completely shredded by that Thief. And you can see that manifesting here as the Warrior is going to be using some block defensive to survive, like using the Staff here, and of course the Sword offhand for some defensive potential. But some good kiting, and of course the self-revive from the shield gets Zintrex out of trouble, at least for now. This node now secured. It looks like Frey is going to be the Guardian here on the Vindicator, just sitting around, doing his thing. There we go. Yeah, Chronomancer can't do anything here, obviously. The red team's already rotated. That's going to prompt a rotation from them. Holo gets caught, actually, by Zintrex, and of course the Kingslayer, the Deadeye here on the blue team. We love to see that. And again, you know, conversely, that Holo also does like to rely on blocks, so the Deadeye is a very good hunter to take out that the Holosmith too. I guess I should clarify it's because Sword Dagger has unblockable. You know, maybe that was obvious from context. Maybe we've got some new Guild Wars 2 PvPers here. Need to know what's going on. Thief once again being hunted down, but yeah, the Holo gets exploded as the Thief arrives, and that's going to allow Frey control over this node again. No threat there, at least for the time being. Big fight on middle now is brewing. Holosmith trying to wriggle away. He's actually in a little bit of trouble, gets immobilized, gets locked down a bit, but the support from the Chronomancer is going to be good. And blue, they have actually found a little bit here in the middle game, but the thing about games like this is a little bit... is that when you're playing the style that red team is playing, which is this kind of slower style that does involve you just plonk down on the node, a small point differential like this is bigger than it appears. Oh, massive win actually there. That's an absolutely colossal 1v1. Whenever Thief 1v1s are incredibly impactful because you're removing the enemy's Thief. Thief is very often the playmaker, in some sense the carry when it comes to rotation securing kills, especially in a slower comp. Right now, I don't think blue team has a lot of kill potential without that Thief. So eliminating that Thief, especially if your Thief does it, is absolutely massive. Locks down the buff as well. Kill being secured over here. The Conqueror falls to Zan #1 Simp there. The Untamed putting in that work. Thief's going to rotate to middle, and with that sword buff, that additional damage that the team is going to get, this is going to be a very rough survival, I think, for the blue team. Blue Thief is coming back, but it's too late as we already have Holosmith on blue falling. Blue's going to have to get the hell out of here, but the main issue here is that this is starting to get very unwinnable. As I was saying before some action happened, in a game like this that is a little bit slower, has these bunker-style builds that exist, gaining 170 points, it is a seriously uphill battle. It's the point gain is not fast. You can see it's very, very slow in matches like this. So when you're this far down with only 4 minutes left, it's almost insurmountable. And I think this is going to be a learning experience. Like right now, if I'm blue team, like in blue team, I am really, really thinking we need to stay in this game for as long as possible and try stuff. Because bear in mind, the grand finals, which was where I expect these teams to encounter each other again, or maybe semis potentially, they've only got one shot, right? It is elimination. So they need to basically use this game, use this match as a learning experience. They need to try some stuff, try some different matchups, push things differently, do some different rotations, because they're going to have to beat this team later on, and they do need to come up with a strategy that utilizes their composition, or maybe even reroll. Potentially they have to try a different composition. There's plenty of players on the blue team here that is capable of multi-classing. So they're going to have to try something new if they want to be able to really contest this red team's hold over the tournament. So let's see if they can come up with that. But yeah, as I was saying, they just want to stay in for as long as possible and figure some stuff out here. Use it as a learning experience. The game is completely over at this stage. It's not winnable for blue, realistically, at this stage. But they can still learn things here. Blue Thief falls again. Oh, I like this. Goes onto the node, forces the Thief to go back to finish him off. Very troll move there with the Thief down state. Deadeye will now be capping this. And yeah, these two nodes here. Frey in position alongside Misha. Can't really contest into this Vindicator super well. Thief is going to get a free cap over here as well. And that's the end of that. But yeah, that is the reality of the situation. Zan #1 Simp, ready to pump, ready to go as usual. Dude, this is what ArenaNet intended. Look, double mace hammer. This is what they wanted for Untamed. Well, I guess any of the melee hunter builds in general, right? This is what they wanted. Relic of Isgaran as well. Yeah, this is going to be another very popular pick. Like it builds where this is like a lot of the time. This is just straight up 10% more damage. A lot of the time. Right, like when you dodge someone's attack, you just get 10% more damage. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be more or less all the time, right? Like when you're in a situation like this, if you're in a 1v1 or something like that. So just a very robust choice there. And then just all the standard stuff. Actually running the PvE quickness trait that gives might as well here as well. But of course, the big bonus of Let Loose is that you get the free ambush attack whenever you swap. Oh, Siege Turtle, yo! Let's go! Look at that. Protection uptime, the days, of course, and you've got the CC as well. So look at that. That little beast. There he is. Love to see it. Very nice. Very good. But yeah, I mean, this is tough for Birthday Gang here. They're going to have to figure out how to get kills. Like I said at the start of that game, it's a very tanky composition here for rank 55 Dragons, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough for blue to actually secure kills on red. But let's see. They've got a little bit of time after that game to see if they can figure something out, see if they can figure out some rotations, because, yep, that's what they're going to have to deal with, I'm afraid. That is the opposition in this situation. I think all of the games are kind of over. Wow, this is very brisk. We are moving on. Yeah, wow, the games are actually over. All right, here we go. Okay. Yeah, this looks like this actually could be a competitive match, I think. Maybe a little. Actually, this is probably gonna be fairly favored towards blue. Looking at the names here, if I had to guess, but Yeah, actually, this should be pretty favored, but we'll see what's going on. We'll see what's happening. Got a Reaper. I don't see too many Reapers these days, actually. In PvP. This is a death magic build, though, actually. And yeah, I mean, death magic, it has actually been buffed significantly over time, right? You actually get a lot of damage. It reminds me a little bit of the defense trait line, actually, in Warrior. It's a trait line that gives you a lot of sustain, a lot of tankiness, but it actually also gives you a lot of damage, right? You can see here that Death's Carapace gives you 10 power and 10 condition damage per stack that you have, but you also have these really powerful defensive tools like Corruptor's Fervor, which gives you a really high amount of protection uptime when you just apply a bunch of conditions, as you can see there. So yeah, Condi Reaper still in action. Honestly, a pretty cool build, you know, like it's a really fun build to play. Check Condi Reaper in PvP. It's been one of those builds that I think has been historically pretty fun. Maybe not always fun to play against, but certainly quite an enjoyable build to play, actually. It's been some good metas as well, right? I think that's also why I love a lot of good feeling towards Condi Reaper. It's just, it's been, when Condi Reaper has been good, I feel like the game has also been good. You know, there's some correlation between those two things. I actually have Dagger Catalyst in play here, actually, which is not a build that you see a lot, but yeah, actually, this guy always plays it. Yeah, I remember this now. This is, yeah, it's you and I, Nico Ni. This is like, he's the Dagger Catalyst main, CMC's brethren, I guess. Big fan of that. A big revive being attended here, but it's not going to work out, actually, as we also see the Crotomancer pay a heavy price for that. Meanwhile, Reaper also falling over here, and yeah, blue team kind of stomping that fight pretty aggressively. I mean, that was, you know, it's really hard in those situations. Like, going for that res, it might have seemed like a really good idea to begin with, and, you know, maybe it was, too. It's just that they probably overcommitted to it a little bit and then got completely demolished. You know, if you commit to a res that hard, you're very likely to be using all of your cooldowns, all of your defensives, and all of your health in order to get that revive, and if it doesn't work out, then, well, yeah, this happens to you. And you can see blue team even having enough time to get the beast done here as they essentially completely wipe the red team and take control of the map. And that's the end of that.
Just like that, blue team
enjoy. Yeah, I mean, this game might be a little bit rough. It's not looking good. Not looking good. And red team attempting to go for a regroup, but yeah, that holo getting caught is actually kind of annoying there, actually. Already getting pressured. And, you know, the engage has already started to go a little bit wonky. Crotomancer pushing in really aggressively. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. Reaper tries to bring some support to the table there as well. Gets that elite shout. Probably cancelled it. Yeah, did actually end up cancelling that. Nah, the red player... Well, I mean, yeah. The holo's dead. You know, they went in. They went aggressive. They died. I think this game is basically over. Let's go have a look at something else. Ah, whoa, look at this. We have a 107 to 100 game. Let's go. We have a very intense match here. On the red team, we have Kilmay. Wait, what is this name? I have to read. I have to see the full name. What is this? Whoa. Kilmay Somber Wrath. Let's go. Milky in Love. Votche. Zumra. I don't know what's going on here. Racket Punk. And No Meta. Ah, No Meta is back. Let's go. On the blue team, we've got Infernoids on the Reaper. We have Stig Drake on Vindicator. Clearly behind the curve, playing a build that tries to do damage instead of bunkering. You fool. Malekith on a Spellbreaker. Getting beaten up by a Ranger right now. Oh, it's this guy. Yes. Dude, it's so funny how some people... They're instantly recognizable. And I already knew what build this guy plays. This guy only plays Flamethrower Condi Mech. Revi Boom Blaster is here. This is the only build this guy plays in ranked. Nothing else. Here it is. I already know what he's playing. Revi Boom Blaster is in mix. And we have another Reaper, actually. Oh, man. This is a Reaper-themed team here on the blue team. Here we go. Would you look at that? It's going crazy. Look at this DPS. Is this is also a Condi build, I think, right? Yeah, it absolutely is. There we go. And let's see what they can make happen. I mean, the red team is converging here. Blue team is going to have to run away. They need to run. I think they have realized they need to do that. Yeah, I do like this, actually. Why is red team not pushing? This is really weird. Look at what's going on here. Why are they not attacking? They're all capping the node at the same time.
Red team wins a capture
They do
point.
manage to accomplish that task, but I thought they really could have got some kills there if they just actually attacked, but they didn't want to do that. They were scared of the rocks, which is understandable. The rocks are pretty scary, and now blue team is kind of using the passivity of red to kind of strike back here. Looks like they're going to pick up that Chronomancer. They absolutely are. Wait, is this like a double support, or is this a DPS? Yeah, this is a DPS Chronomancer. Gets revived by the core support Guardian. We're playing this meta from 3 years ago. Here we go. Guardian doing their best support. Does have renewed focus, so cooldowns are available, and the res signet was not used there, so there's a lot of potential, but there's no damage here, really, from blue, right? From red, rather. Like, the Chrono is trying to pump, isn't really connecting, though. Maybe that Reaper is a good target. The CC lockdown is massive, actually. There's the kill. Stability is going to be available, too, actually, if they need that. They don't need it, though. They want the Vindicator. Kill the Vindicator. Go, 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 go. Go in. Go in. Okay, they're able to... The Vindicator suicides. We're going back onto the node. Based. Okay, now it's one player from blue team left over. By the way, the blue team has been consistently... Man, you know, games like this are extremely useful. So, what went wrong here for blue? Blue basically committed all of their players into a losing fight on a node that they didn't own. This is a classic PvP mistake, actually. This is one of the things that you can focus on as a player to get better at. If you do this, you are throwing the game. And that is exactly what happened here. What should have happened is something, well, a little bit more like this. You know, like the blue team just runs away and tries to fight somewhere else. Meanwhile, the Reaper on blue team is getting cleaved out here. Can they finish it? There's a gravity well going down from the Chronomancer. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Yeah, they were really aggressively going for that kill. Can someone save the day? Maybe a revive here? No, I don't think so, actually. Unless it's a Glyph of the Stars. No, it's not. It's an Entangle. This is a Condy Druid. So no revive, and that's going to be another kill. And yeah, another PvP mistake, just running into a fight that's already lost. The Druid just feeds immediately. Immediate feed. You love to see it. And now blue team getting a pretty sizable advantage. Nice 1v1 win here. Ooh, I don't like going for the beast. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's doing it. Okay, never mind. All right, going for the beast here is very questionable. The blue team is actually engaging red right now. Oh, no, and the rev is coming. No! Ah! If he steals, this is going to be really funny. He's going for the spear. He goes for it. Oh, he stole it as well with his hammer 3 and the spear. No, and he's going to kill the warrior. Ah!
Red team wins a capture point.
Well, I mean, you know, that's... And that's unfortunate, to be honest. You know, you hate to see that. He doesn't kill the warrior, but actually he does. And red team, they do actually have this node. Oh, the signet lands, but the guardian's going to die. I don't think they can res this. Revy Boomblaster going for the stomp, lands it as well. Red team now in an absolutely horrific position. The warrior Giga Chads and gets a kill. Can he finish it? Oh, Warbanner. Oh my god. Oh, this warrior. This guy. Here. Oh, dude, this is actually idiot savant gameplay. Oh my god. Yeah. He went from throwing the game to carrying the game in 30 seconds. That is insane.
See that?
This guy actually just 1v9'd so hard. Holy shit. That is insane. Did he just win the game? Blue team's going beast. They'll get it. Is that good enough?
Team grabbed a capture point.
Oh, I think it is, though. I think red team needs to get a kill or something. Maybe they can get the Reaper? They need to get some kills so they can win. And not get decapped. Yeah. Okay. Let's... Oh, honestly, don't fight this warrior. Don't do it. You don't want to do that, son. No, you don't want to do that. Don't mess with this guy. Can the... Oh, no. Defiant stance. Yeah, he got it. He pulls it off. Gets the heal. No matter. Needs to carry, though. Needs to do some DPS. Revy Boomblaster coming in at 2 HP. Warrior lands the kill. Should get this. Can they pick off Revy Boomblaster as well? Maybe the DH go for the snipe. The Chronomancer wants to snipe. No matter is dying, but I don't... That shouldn't matter, actually. They can't give up middle. They're not going to, though, because they killed Infernoids. I think red team are going to clutch this out. No matter still in the downstate. They get a... No! They let... Ah! The Vindicator just ran past and decapped the node. No, but it's fine. The Warrior's going to crush him in the 1v1. He actually is. There's the backbreaker into the hammer 2. Doesn't land it. But I think the Warrior still wins, though. There's no heal skill for the Vindy. Has the block. I like the decision to not go for the kill here necessarily. Just goes for the cap. Should be able to get this kill. Has the full counter. Boom! I kind of... Oh, yeah, I like the Storm, actually. Revy Boom Blast is coming. The Warrior has to do something, though. There's more kills coming through. The Warrior's going to have to try and force this cap into the Boom Blaster, which I think should happen. Oh, there's Condi Cleanser's Defiance House coming up, actually. There's a lot of pressure. Can he pull him off the node? Oh, no, didn't get the pull. There's another kill being secured. Can they decap this? Yeah, he went off the node. Yes! The Reaper! The Reaper walked off the node and yielded the cap. I think that's a win. It's definitely a win, actually. Wait, Svanir. No, they can't get the beast in time. The kills are coming through, but it's not good enough. I'm almost certain Red Team is going to win. Red Team should win, I think. Wait, do they? Oh, no, they're going to get the cap because they got the kill. Oh, no. Did Blue win? Yeah, Blue win. Wait. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Holy shit. It's a Condi Druid. That kills this very fast, actually. That should kill this really quickly. Is it going to be enough? The Warrior sees... Wait, what even is this Druid, actually? It's not Condi Druid. He's got Hammer. What is this build? What is this guy playing? Wow. Blue Team won by 3 points. What a game. Honestly, the Warrior didn't deserve that. That actually feels bad. The Warrior did not deserve that loss. But actually, the Warrior did deserve the loss. I hate to say it, guys. Going for the Beast was a lunatic move. Okay, that was an absolutely unhinged play. Look. Yeah. But then the Warrior turned it around and started carrying. So I don't know. It's kind of both. You know, it's hard to say like who deserved to win there. Yeah. Yes. This game is probably over by the time we load into it, I think. To be honest, games like that are actually better than the top level meta. They absolutely are. Like, it's not even close. The top level meta right now doesn't look to be that much fun. Yeah. To be honest, though, I feel like that Warrior did win. Like, or at least in some sense, the Warrior did win. Like, because there was a 30-second period where the Warrior just killed the entire enemy team and carried his own team. That was actual 1v9. Like, his team was trolling, but it didn't matter. Because he had War Banner and just killed everyone with his hammer attacks. He probably feels like a winner right now. And you know what? He is a winner, actually. 100%. We love to see it. Alright, what's next? Do we have any good games? Maybe... maybe this one. This one? Maybe? He was baiting. He was baiting, actually. Giga Chad. Let's go. Let me into a game. I want to see a game. Let me in. What about this one? Oh, yeah, no, yeah. This should be very favored towards blue. Not interesting. What about this? Yeah, no. How about this one? Lisa destroys you. Playing, of course, off the old names. Goku destroys you. One of the most powerful PvP players in the world. French, of course. One of the members, of course, of French Worms. And here, we also have a variety of players. We have Kill. Look, that's quite funny, actually. We have Goku versus someone role-playing as Goku. Also Lisa. Also member of French Worms. Syndrana. Actually, this is a pretty juiced team, actually. This is a very juiced team. We have Raikön, we have Azaz, we have Kill, we have Goku, and we have Syndrana. Incredible. Raikön here. On the Untamed. Ready to let loose in this match. Azaz Rev. On the Cancer Vindicator. Enjoy this. Enjoy playing against this build. You know, here's a thought. Now, hear me out, guys. Let me know what you think about this. What if we removed the Salvation trait line and Ventari from PvP? Are we... Any objections to that?
The match starts soon.
Like, has there been a single game of PvP that has been made better by Salvation or Ventari? I don't think so. In fact, I would say the opposite. I would say any game of PvP that has any kind of Ventari rev or Salvation rev is made immediately worse because of it. Just get rid of them. Just kill it. Make it bad. Remove it from the game. No, Ventari decap was not good. That was terrible. Like, how was that good? That was uninstall fuel. That was actual uninstall fuel when that build existed. Nobody wants that. Anyway, we have a massive push from the blue team, actually. Immediately picking up this kill on kill. We do have the Firebrand, actually. This is definitely a build that... I mean, this build was really good, right? And then Crota kind of superseded it, but it's definitely creeping back into the meta. Certainly not too bad. And it's not a surprise to see Malgus play this. Malgus is also one of those players who, I am aware of. Definitely a big Firebrand enjoyer. In general, has actually been, I think, one of the players who's played Firebrand pretty consistently, like, all the time, even when it's been pretty bad. With the Druid. Here as well, we have Josh on the Willbender. Space Gliding. We have House of Balloons here on the Fresh Air Catalyst. And we have Lisa Destroys You on the DPS Vindicator, actually, instead of the support. Let's see how it works out. Now, Blue were able to win that fight, but of course they went for a massive push, and that did concede the map to their opponents. So there's a lot of pressure on them to actually get some stuff done right now. They do get Cinder, they get this Thief down, and of course they'll clear that up very quickly. But they are going to have to actually hold nodes. And that might be their downfall. Now, what's interesting about Red Team is, and this is interesting, what they are lacking is that support. There is a support for the Blue Team, but not really for the Red Team. Now, it is actually Scepter, in fact, here, on the Revenant here for Azaz. And it looks like it is more of a support-oriented build. We see the heal dodge being used as opposed to the damage dodge we saw from the other Vindicators who are playing this setup. So it is more heal-oriented than previous, which was more of like a kind of a bunkery, bruisery style build. So that it's kind of a support, but without the Chronomancer, it is going to be a little bit different for them. So both teams with, I would say, slightly scuffed compositions to an extent. But the blue team having that, kind of full support in this Firebrand with that revive utility is certainly going to give them some sticking power in the fight. No renewed focus, actually, going with the stability mantra on this build. So the Firebrand, not gonna lie, if I knew a Firebrand on the enemy team was not playing renewed focused, I would target them and I would run at them until they die. So let's see if that is actually what's going to be the case for the red team. If they're going to go for that. Looks like they are, yeah, looks like we now see Cinder starting to go for that. Of course, there's some good projectile block actually on this Firebrand, so Deadeye might have a bit of difficulty actually dealing with that. Here comes the revival here. Is that going to land? I don't think so. That is very ambitious from the Firebrand. Yeah, that's not going to happen. And here comes the Pain Train as well. And yeah, blue team, they just don't really have any sticking power. Like, what here can actually 1v1? Like, that's the issue, right? Like, I guess the Druid can be the 1v1. The Catalyst a little bit as well, maybe. But nothing else really has a huge amount of 1v1 potential for them. And they're having a lot of difficulty kind of surviving these outnumbered fights when their opponents are rotating around the map and just getting these quick out numbers. That's where they're really struggling right now. They don't have any map control, really, whereas their opponents very much do, right? Their opponents have the ability to have some control on the map, like stall outnumbered fights until reinforcements arrive, which is seems to be like very, very relevant in the current way PvP is playing out. You need to be able to live outnumbered. There's a lot of damage in the game right now, and that's why you're kind of seeing this kind of reaction to some of these. The reaction that the teams are going for is, if you want to be able to hold something, you need to be extremely, extremely tanky. You need to be able to almost bunker down nodes while you wait for reinforcements. That's the approach that we saw from rank 55 Dragons. I'm actually really curious what NA is running. I actually kind of want to tune in and see what NA. I'm actually going to quickly do that right now. In fact, it looks like we do have a similar approach on the NA server. I'm just going to shamelessly steal Roy's stream. Yeah, copyright strike me. What you going to do about it? But yeah, you can see here, we have the support Chronomancer, and I think we have the Vindicator. Let's see if Roy clicks on the Vindicator to see if it's also a Ventari approach here from the NA server as well. In just a moment. We actually have a very close match on NA. That's kind of cool, actually. Maybe if we have some time, we'll hop over to NA and check it out as we're moving over there. But yeah, I think we'll hop into another game pretty soon. Just want to see what's going on. Actually, it's a DPS Vindicator, though. We see, we actually have the Shiro trait line. So it looks like EU and NA have slightly diverged. It would be really cool, actually, if we could end up seeing an EU versus NA thing again. You know, I would like to run an EU versus NA tournament, but to be honest, I'd actually have to crowdfund that. No. Maybe if you're watching this on YouTube, you should let me know. You know, would you participate in crowdfunding for an EU versus NA tournament? I don't know. You tell me. But anyway, here we go. This game is, yeah, it's not looking hot. Blue team don't really. I don't think they have a way in this game to win. Like, that's the issue. Like, I don't see what combination of things blue team could do to win. I guess that's what I'm struggling with here. They can't really hold nodes very well. It's kind of hard for them to get kills too. Like, they can get kills if they run around as a 5-man blob like they did at the start, but I mean, that doesn't work. You know, you can't PvP like that. That doesn't work. You know, you lose if you do that. But anyway, I think we go look at another game. Onwards. Wow, these games are all really brisk. People are not messing around. People want to be done with this. They want out. They want to go do something else, you know? Right, let's have a look at this one, I guess. No. All right, what do we got? Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Wait. What's going on here? Realm of Death. Ice Flame, account name. Yes. Lady Roxana, Chronomancer. Unbeatable Spartan. Let's go. This guy is going to carry. Let's go. Come on. He's killed. Holy shit. This guy is based. This guy is Deathwing the Destroyer over there. He is going to annihilate people with his kill shot. I guess it's Gunflame, actually, because he's playing Berserker. Here we go. All right, okay, the warrior, he's locked in. He's about to lock into this support guard, I think. Okay, no, he wants to get into this fight. Does have the support Chronomancer with the Berserker. This is a good setup. Let's see, can we land something? No. Good dodge there from Deathwing the Destroyer. I like how the Berserker just, you know, is like, I will cap the point. Now it's going to be, big Gunflame. Here we go. Okay, well, never mind. Might get supported by the Chrono here. Doesn't have a heal skill for a while. Needs to run. Does get that super speed there from the heal Chrono, so should be fine at least for now. Will the Chrono end up going down for that, though? We have the Scourge going down, say, over here. One of the most worthless classes in the entire game right now. It is a little bit funny to me that there are some elite specs that if you pick them, even if you're not trying, you're trolling. You know, like... Even if you're not doing it intentionally, you're actually trolling the game. Scourge as well. There's massive Berserker damage coming out here. Here we go.
Blue team
Ready to pump. Here comes the Gunflame. Here we go. Here we go. Are we going to land? Land the hit. Okay, the Ranger was completely immune to all damage there. Kind of the Endure Pain effect. Kind of popping off, to be honest. Chronomancer is bringing the support. There's quickness and super speed and resistance being applied. There's nothing that can stop the Berserker from connecting. Can the Berserker connect? Wants to go for a kill shot. Has Berserk coming up in a couple of moments. Wants to get back in there. Yeah, the thing is, it's a pretty rough thing to actually fight into there, isn't it? We've got this support. Well, we've got a Droge. It's not really a support. I think it's more like a Condi build. Yeah, it's like a hybrid style thing. It's got some support on it. We have the Catalyst too, pretty tanky. I feel like it's not good targets for the Berserker, to be honest. Like, well, okay, having said that, does manage to pop him there, but it doesn't matter because blue team won. It's over. Unbeatable Spartan, says DJ. I respect that. Actual... I like that. Very well mannered. Very good. Alright. Is there anything else happening? I think that's kind of the end. Why does this warrior heal last 2 times the glint heal? Because Rev has 2 heals, so it should last half the duration, I guess. Boom. There you go. That's math right there. That's numbers.
Red team wins a capture point.
Also, abilities are going to have asymmetry between professions, right? Like Lightning Flash versus Blink. Well, that's not a particularly good example, because Lightning Flash is kind of a sad skill. Yeah, but that's due to power creep, okay? There's plenty of times where Lightning Flash could be good. It's just that everything is giga power crept right now. Wow, this is actually a very close game. Wait, Red Team is going for Lord. Do they actually find this? Oh, no, they're defending their Lord, actually. Yeah, I can't tell colors. Yeah, they defend the Lord. Blue team actually, I guess, almost threw the game by going for the Lord there. That is quite funny, actually, but they didn't manage to throw the game hard enough for the red team to win. There's some somewhat interesting games that could be in this round, I think. I think this one is probably going to be fairly favored towards Incandescent. In fact, I think it's going to be extremely favored towards Incandescent. But you never know. Maybe Incandescent throw, maybe they choke. Maybe there's insane drama. We just don't know. We can't possibly know. Is it the real Ben Shapiro? It actually is, yeah. When he's not making his political content, he spends the rest of his time, his downtime, in between all of that. Then he's all about the engineer gameplay in Guild Wars 2. Cranking. Let's go. Well-known associate of Ben Shapiro syndrome. Oh no, it's Pain, actually. Let's go. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. We have the Chronomancer. We have Demolish, Zintrex, Kingslayer, and the Conqueror in the mix. Yo, Snap in the chat. Yo, Snap, did you know Ben Shapiro plays Guild Wars 2? I bet you didn't know that. Now you do. Anyway. And yeah, the goose is loose, as always. We continue. Both teams pushing here. Actually more like a response as well. Yeah, like blue team kind of responding, going back to defend. Red team already getting on middle. Feeling pretty confident, I guess. Like leaving the Catalyst. We'll be in a 1v2 against the Thief here for a little bit of time. Thief is going to rotate over there to help out. Let's see if the LE feels confident to hold the node. Yeah, I like not trying to do that. That would have been a very, very risky play indeed, I think. I think quite smartly plays it passively until the Red Thief also arrives and they can begin this fight kind of in earnest. It is going to be a Spectre, Deadeye on the red team. A lot of damage available, actually, I think. The Catalyst is going to be very good at applying damage to the Thief as well, actually. And I think they're going to have a harder time. Blue team's going to have a little bit of a harder time actually getting that application onto the Deadeye. Meanwhile, we actually have Zintrex falling here on this middle fight. Red team disengaging away. Looking to maybe re-push into this now and So far, it's slightly chaotic, a little bit of the game, but red got pushed away from the bazaar back over to middle. Meanwhile, we have this 2v2 kind of continuing. This Catalyst, you know, the Catalyst to me has been, I feel like it's been struggling to generate value in these matchups, in these games so far in general. I definitely felt that in the game versus 55. It was just not winning its matchup, and we're going to see a mirror of that here, I think. Again, we may end up seeing this Catalyst into Untamed matchup, and I'm a little bit worried that the Conqueror is just going to not win, and that's quite bad. Especially if there's no win potential, and it certainly appears that there's very limited winning potential in this 1v1, the Catalyst into the Untamed, and to be honest, that's bad. Like, if the thing that your build does isn't winning, that doesn't feel good to me in a PvP game. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's just, it's not looking good if your build doesn't win. And to be frank, across the board, actually, wow, a bit of a surprise here. I was certainly expecting Red Team to actually kind of dominate this game, to be honest. That's absolutely not going to be the case. Of course, everyone here is really good on the blue team. And, I mean, honestly, the Necro on this map is actually going to be really nice. Like, it is a bit of a team fight map with that Bell objective. If they're able to leverage this Necromancer in these fights, it's going to be absolutely huge. The Necro will dominate the team fights really hard if they can actually make them happen. We haven't seen a lot of team fighting. We haven't seen a lot of team fighting so far, but you can see here, right, like, if the Necro's allowed to free cast, as it was in that Chrono, to be fair in a 1v3, but you get the idea still. If it can free cast, almost nothing can withstand its wrath. It will just rip you to shreds over time. And of course, getting rid of the support is going to be amazing for blue, as we actually have the Bell coming up at the same time. And here we go. And now we actually have the gameplay happening. The gaming is enabled. Free Bell for blue. Vindicator getting in position.
Blue team ring the bell.
Blue team cap. I mean, wow. I mean, red team's dead. I'm not gonna lie. I think this actually kind of reminds me of the 55 game. It just looks like there's no real answer to the Untamed from the red team. And
Blue team grabbed a capture
there doesn't appear to be an answer to the team fight either, from the red team. And there also doesn't really appear to be much of an answer to the Vindicator as well. Well, unlucky. You hate to see that. Man, I never thought I'd see the day where Hammer is actually good as well. You know, it feels cursed to me. Whenever I see Hammer Rev, I'm always traumatized. Because, like, so many people used to play Hammer in PvP, and it was just worthless. You know, it was just so unbelievably awful that playing it was essentially griefing.
Did you see that? Red team got a capture point.
Wow. Well, there you have it. And maybe red team actually making something happen here. We have a kill here by Zintrex, but Kingslayer in trouble. Don't the Conqueror can get this revive? Well, actually, no, not with the Reaper. No way, actually. That's just not going to happen. We now have the support Chrono also moving into the mix. Conqueror and Zintrex kind of lurking around. Zintrex might be able to contest there if he wants to. And just kind of threaten this node, make sure that blue team can't get that cap. Meanwhile, we have a 2v2 on the other side. Draw in a little bit of trouble, actually. Support Chronomancer and the Hollow-Smith from red team doing some work here. Spectre doing their best to actually kind of roleplay as support in this situation. Bringing some very big heals and, of course, the barrier into the mixer at the same time. Now we have the Deadeye from red. This is going to prompt... I think it's going to have to be either a rotation from blue or a disengage. I think it might be a little bit too late for either of those things, actually, as this Vindicator is getting dangerously low. Oh, the Chronomancer does blink in. Looks like just barely in time, actually. So, yeah, Drar is going to be able to wriggle away, at least for now. Meanwhile, the Conqueror... Yeah, I mean, this is a problem. I honestly feel like we have to see a relog here. Like, this is just not working. It is not working. The Catalyst dream is dead, to be honest. Okay, look, the red team thinks that this is still the era when you ran 3 Catalysts and you would auto-win every game, but I'm not gonna lie, it looks like if you run 1 Catalyst, you auto-lose the game currently, which is not exactly the same thing, not the desired result, perhaps. Hey, Sneaky Creebs, thanks for the raid, I appreciate you. Welcome. Welcome into the mix. Meanwhile, you have red team trying to get this 2v2, but yeah, that's not going to cut it. That Vindicator with the superior damage output. And of course, this is the DPS build. This is not the more bunker style build. Yeah, this is Devastation instead of Salvation. Alongside, of course, the damage dodge here is also a lot of DPS in this build. If you're capable of landing your Eternity's Requiem, especially if you line it up with Shiro, it's going to absolutely nuke. It's basically just like playing PvE, to be honest, at that point. You just absolutely annihilate people. with the setup, as well as the hammer abilities. Which, again, you can see the hammer abilities are really interesting because they double as a defensive option while also being aggressive simultaneously, right? You have that projectile block, but you also have the evade as well on phase smash. Couple that with greatsword being a weapon that also has some very handy defensive capabilities with the block and so on. You end up with almost like a similar toolkit to like the old staff X builds, like staff sword builds. That both have, you have defensive options on both sets, like an evade on sword, and you have the block on staff. Now you've got the block on greatsword and the evade on hammer. So it's very reminiscent of how that build kind of plays out, in a sense, with like the kit on each weapon set. Regardless of that, we have red team trying to stage a little bit of a comeback, but it's not working. They've lost 2 bells, and that is a very difficult deficit to come back, especially when the point differential is so high. It means that they absolutely have to contest the next bell. They have to win the next bell. They also have to win it quickly as well. That's the really problematic thing. Winning is not going to be enough. They have to win fast. That's the problem here, right? Like, that's where things are difficult. Because winning anything quickly, it can be very risky. You really got to go for it. They need to be lining up a kill essentially right as the bell is coming up. So this is good. Not quite the timing they want. The bell is in 1:30. Ideally, they would want to be getting kills like this, maybe picking up 2 or even 3 kills about a minute from now, or finding a way to make the map player count uneven at that point. Oh, Zintrex, no, this is a disaster, actually. Both Zintrex and Pain actually falling here. Oh, this is so unfortunate. Like, red team were actually doing a really good job there. They picked up those kills. They now get the Untamed, but losing those 2 players just is, it feels so bad right now for them. But they are doing a good job, though. They managed to get another kill, and the Chronomons is bleeding out, so it's not actually as bad as you might think, because now we have both of the red team players, but we do have that unevenness. They want another kill now. Now they need more. They really want this Necromancer. They really want the Vindicator. Let's see if they can make that happen. This is workable, but they must kill these 2 players now. Otherwise, they're probably still dead. Dra. And Dra's a very good player. Doesn't manage to wriggle away, though, actually. The Necromancer is committing. I don't like this, to be honest. I really don't. From the blue Necromancer. This is very ambitious. Does have Spectral Walk, but is that enough? I don't think so. Tries to stall the node for as long as possible. Yeah, at that point, couldn't really get away. That is very spooky, because now we have the exact situation. This is the only way red team can win. This is the only win condition they have, and they've actually found it as well. A little bit of a blunder, though, to be honest, from blue team. Like, that should not have happened. Blue team blundered there. And now we have the Thief free capping the bell at the same time. And blue team is trapped here. I like this a lot. Now, blue team, red team need to be careful here until the Thief is in play. They've got the triple cap, they have the bell, and now the Thief's in play. Okay, now they can fight. So now they've got to take this fight, and they need to crush this. Let's see if they can make that happen. They're going to go for the Vindy. Necro's caught out of position, actually, as well. This is... Oh, no! Wait, blue team is actually throwing. Oh, no, blue team's crumbled. Necromancer falls. That's going to leave this fight very open, Fred. I like the bleed here as well. There's no signet, no res. So unless the Thief goes for a stealth res, that can't happen. And they know that's not happening because the Thieves are in a 1v1 right now. And there's the Necro still bleeding out. Very good call there. But they've got to be careful. There's Distort available here and Continuum Shift for this Chronomancer. So we're all good here. And now they need more. They need more. This isn't good enough. The Necro's back soon. They've got to kill the Vindy. Can they find it? Yes, they can, I think. That's going to fall. Here we go. There it is. They find it. Okay, blue team needs to chill. They can't. Yeah, they need... Yeah, I like this. Necro's not going back into that fight. That's very good. Going for the decap. Red Thief is actually getting... this is not good. Yeah, red need to rotate here. They need to move now. They have to move. That's a very nice kill on the Chrono. I like that. Zintrex needs to cap this. Chrono rotates. Yep, very good. But here's the problem. This Thief is going to have to stall this as much as they can. They need this node. What's going to be the replacement? We have Demolish moving in. Demolish in trouble, though. Can he get his heal skill off? No, he can't. They should be able to res it, though, with the Chronomancer. I think they get that for free. Yes, they do. But now they need more. They can't let blue get this, really. They really don't want that to happen. Looks like they're going to concede it. They're going to play with fire a little bit. There's no contest. Warrior kind of has to stay here. Zintrex needs to hold this. He can't leave. He knows that, I think. Yeah, he knows. He knows. Has to go back into that. Can't let that get decap. Might have to burn Bull's Rush. That will be kind of annoying. Nope, doesn't need to. The staff mobility is good enough, actually. And we have Demolish in the mix as well. Now we have the Thief. Pain activating. Is 1v2. Ah, man. This Soul Beast, Untamed rather, was such a big problem. This was Pain. Well, not literally pain, but very painful. Like, the red team has to respond here. Can the Chrono get to the node to contest? Doesn't have Blink by the looks of it. Tries to go for a Sword 3, I think. Doesn't quite get it. Pain does go for that. Manage to contest. Now needs to leave, though. Needs to... honestly, has to pull off a miracle, maybe. I think, is 2-cap good enough? Bell would be good enough for Red if they can win it, but I don't think they have the time. They're going to have to stall that. This would be a huge 2v2, and if they can make that work, actually. Ben Shapiro in trouble. Now we have the third player moving into the mix, though. The Chronomancer is going to shut that down. It's going to prevent this fight from being even remotely tenable, but it didn't matter because they were dead anyway. Oh, Red team with a pretty insane comeback. Can the Chronomancer go for this revival? Maybe? No, it's too much DPS. That's absolutely insane DPS. The Bell is coming into the mix. Kingslayer does go down here, though. He actually does get eliminated by the Spectre in the 1v1. Man, yeah. I think blue team threw, but then red team kind of counter through. They were a little bit too slow on the rotation there. They needed to not let that Untamed get over to this dock point. Like, that was just the disaster. Like, they needed to be a little bit snappier on the rotations, leaving this node quicker. They were a little too slow there. And I actually give a lot of credit to blue team there. They were like, oh my god, we're throwing this game. Oh no. And they were like, okay, we've got to get our win condition back. Let's get that Untamed out on the map. Let's stall them. Let's slow it down. Yeah, they did a very good job there, actually. That was a good recovery. Like, they obviously threw, but they recovered from the throw extremely well. So, a lot of credit there to the blue team. That was well played by them. And Nerves of Steel from red team, actually managing to make those fights happen. There it is. So, on the red team, we have the victors of the last match, defeating the Birthday Gang. Here's Mamaya's support Chronomancer. Everyone loves this build. Who doesn't? You know, it's putting in the work currently. Emperor Dra, the God Emperor, Guild Wars 2, the Mercenary, conqueror of both NA and EU servers, Motor winner, Motor backup player, gamer. That's what this guy's doing. Tak Necro, Necromancer gameplay. Very much love to see that. Celeste, aka Maya, here on Spectre. And Wolf Spider is actually able to play the game at this level because actually a spider in real life has 8 limbs. Very good for pressing all the hotkeys you need for Untamed, guys. It'll be, you know, pretty good to be an octopus, or in this case, a spider to play video games. Actually kind of gets destroyed here, like almost immediately, so maybe I have to take it back. Does have the elite skill, and the support is coming through from the Spectre, so looks like the escape is going to happen. Yeah, there's the support Chrono as well. We'll now be able to resume that push, I think. Ooh, goes for a catch, actually. Onto Syndra, and it isn't going to get it. Red team's defensive push was successful, actually. Immediately countering the Untamed. Az is also following there as well, and falling. Blue team gets the catch point here with the Ooga Booga Warrior. It's Goku securing that. Syndra is down, not recoverable. The Revenant there from the red team in position to get rid of that. Meanwhile, we have Dra pushing towards middle. We'll probably not bother with that. Wants to go somewhere where he can actually get some kills, I think. That could end up being middle, though, in a couple of moments. Red team now having the sides. I think the Ballers and Blues team's caught to do something here. Like, I think red team, they're pretty comfy. They're just going to wait to see what happens. Yep, and now we can see red team playing the reactive role here, going like, okay, blue team wants to go over here. They feel very confident they can fight this. Also holding middle of it. This one always trolls me. I always feel like the eye is going to be up, but it's actually down. You know, I want to get like a down view this way, but it just doesn't really work out that way, does it? Anyway. Big fights going down over here. Support Chronomancer for, I think, yeah, just for red team is actually here too. There is no support Chronomancer for blue, so that is going to be a bit of a problem for them, right, in these larger fights. They do have that support Vindicator coming through, but, I mean, it's not as good as Chronomancer. And one of the issues with, I think one of the issues with support Rev in general is that you don't have a stun break. It makes you a little bit more, in some senses, vulnerable, right? Well, you do have a stun break, but you don't on Ventari, right? On Ventari, you don't have a stun break, which means that you are a pretty decent focus target a lot of the time if you're trying to actually be a support and actually heal. Which is not the same if you're playing it to kind of bunker down, right? Because you play it bunker down, you kind of have almost like a rotation of how you live, and that's a little bit less possible here. Yeah, blue team really having difficulty in these fights. I think a lot of that is going to be the support difference, right? Like, it is quite unusual to see a team that doesn't play with a support, and you can kind of see why. It's just such a a rock, such an anchor in these engagements when it comes to rescuing people or stabilizing a team fight. And you got to bear in mind, supports aren't all about defense as well. There's also a huge amount of offensive potential here, right? Being able to drop a time warp, slowing your enemies, chilling your enemies, giving your own team super speed, giving your own team quickness, removing conditions like blind or weakness, right? And giving out positive boons like might or fury, stability as well, that we see here on the Chronomancer. Like, all of these things make having a support just very, very, very nice in these situations. It is really good to have builds like this, just for making fights. Like, it's like a force multiplier, right? And it's, you want to run a support with the way the meta plays out. It's been that for a while now, and not having it, it certainly doesn't feel good. It's obviously not unwinnable. It's not untenable to play the game without, like, you know, one of the really strong support builds, but it's certainly not ideal. And yes, guys, for those who are wondering, I will now deliberately spread misinformation online. Dra is Draza. This is... Look, he's playing 2 accounts at the same time. He's playing 2 characters at the same time. You know, it's multi-boxing, guys, which is against TOS, but he's such a good player that ArenaNet, they let it slide just this once, okay? Like, it is what it is. That's how it goes. But anyway, yeah. Dra is not Draza. Similar, but different. Not the same thing. Anyway, gameplay continues in this matchup. And let's see what's going on here. We have the red team going for a bit of a push, looking to connect onto that support Vindicator again, as we can see here. Blue team do actually have point C secured, but again, we see this untamed here from the red team. Helps with the shove, stands on the point, does the thing. Over on middle, we got Dra and Celeste just pumping away. It's a fairly slow game. It's quite characteristic of Skyhammer. Like, one of the things about Skyhammer is that there's a lot of kiting potential. You have these jump pads. It can make chasing people kind of awkward. A lot of no-port spots. A lot of ways to stall fights. It's very easy to live outnumbered on this map. It's pretty much the best map for that. It's one of the reasons why Necro is actually really nice. Like, Necromancer is a class that is very vulnerable to being focused, doesn't have the evasion or invulnerabilities that many other classes have, but when it has terrain like this to climb on, it's able to get up on these ledges and so on, and jump on stuff. Necromancer really shines, and it's really good on this map for that reason. You can see, like, TAC is very survivable here, able to kind of just do the thing and do the Necromancer pump pretty effectively. It's a little bit out in the open here, but the support is nearby, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, at least for the time being. But anyway, DPS is happening, and yeah, I do feel like this is definitely a bit of a composition issue. Like, blue team's comp, it feels pretty muddled. To be honest, they don't really have much of a game plan, I feel like. You know, and this is a little bit characteristic of I feel like the type of team that blue team is. I feel like, and you know, maybe this is being a little presumptuous, but there's a lot of teams that just have, like, good players, and their game plan is basically, we're just going to outplay the other teams. And you can understand why, because that actually happens a lot in daily ATs. Daily ATs, I would say comp is almost irrelevant, to be frank, because there's usually like 1 to 2 good teams per daily AT, and the way you win is just by being a lot better than your opponents, pretty much, is usually how the games go down. There's usually, like, a very big skill differential between, like, the top 2 teams in a daily automated tournament, and then, you know, the other entries in the daily automated tournament. So that's, like, very common for a lot of teams to say, well, our comp isn't really that good, and our strategy, you know, we don't really have one. We're just going to basically be better than the other guy. And that usually actually works. It works extremely well in dailies. Like, you know, that's basically what I did when I was playing a lot of dailies. I would play them, you know, with various... I played lots of daily ATs with French and so on. And you just basically press your buttons harder than the other guy, and you auto-win. But that's not going to cut it in the monthly, really. You can't really win. If you do that, because of course then the enemy teams are coming in, they've got the comp, they've got the strat, and of course they're also really trying to win. Daily ATs are basically just gold farming at this point, whereas the monthly, there's obviously a little bit more attached to it with that one. And yeah, this is going to be a slow, painful death for blue, to be honest. You know, like red team just slowly capturing nodes, slowly getting kills and getting points and winning the game. That's it is what it is. Oh no, wait, oh no, this game didn't go off. That's actually really sad. That's depressing as hell. Let's see, do we have any other kind of close matches that are happening? These are all fairly straightforward. Maybe this one could be interesting. I guess this one is actually relatively close. Maybe I'll take a look at this one. Yo, awesomeness with the raid, by the way. Appreciate that, bro.
Red team wins
ArenaNet leader. Okay. What have we got going on here? We've got gamers. We've got content. They have arrived. And they are ready to pump. This is the wrong warrior, though, guys, right? Like, this is not... Yeah, this is the Revy Boom Blaster team. I want to see this Boom Blaster gameplay. Look at this guy pumping. He's pumping with his flamethrower. AD now activated. The mech is blasting. Flamethrower gameplay now activates. Will it land the kill? Yes, it does. There's the kill. We need to see some Condi cleave here. Here it comes. The cleave is enough, actually. The Signet does come through. Did it get cancelled? No, it did not, actually. Signet was burned as well. Revy Boom Blaster, though, very, very low. The Warrior also in trouble. I think the support will stabilize this. Will Revy Boom Blaster die? I think the Condis are going to tick. The Condis ticked. Warrior, though, is still fine. Could the Warrior... Wait. I think the NG can self-res it. Yeah, the blue team, I don't think realized they went down. But, oh, never mind. Umbra Ragnarok arrived and did notice that.
Red team wins a capture.
That's how it is. Red team, though, trying to make this happen. Oh, oh no, the sky. Oh, no. That was actually an insane Reaper Elite skill. That was God level. The Reaper Elite skill stunned the Warrior, and he couldn't... I think, well, he messed up the dodge timing, so I guess he could have lived there. But it must have flustered the Warrior, where he failed the dodge timing on the Skyhammer, and the Skyhammer killed him. That's pretty based. Also playing with... What is this build, actually? We have Dagger, Sword, Offhand, Death Magic, Blood Magic, Reaper, Condi... Wizard Amulet. This guy is a Death Wizard. Rune of the Necromancer with Relic of the Reaper. Deathly Chill, Decimate Defenses. This is the ultimate hybrid build. Power, precision, and condition damage here. With Pistol, Torch, Dagger, Sword. That is a very interesting build. Yeah. Incredible. Yeah, he has the lifesteal on Shouts. I mean, look, it makes sense. He's got Bleed on Shouts, Chill on Shout, and also lifesteal on Shout. It all makes sense. Yeah. I guess it's... I mean, is this a tanky build? I'm honestly not sure if it's even really that tanky. You know, I guess it has a lot of lifesteal. It can Gormandize and still a lot of life. It's winning, though, so I guess it's getting it done, right? Like, it's obviously too much. Stig Drake is in the downside here. The Warrior just trying to... I don't know what he's doing. Just kind of fighting in the middle of the map. Abandoned all hope of going for the nodes. Now wants to try and make it happen by defending point C. The thing is, though, I feel like Red Team, they... This is one of the things that this game reminds me of Ranked. I feel like Red Team has not grasped the severity of the situation. You know, like... You know, when you're in Ranked, people are like, oh, I'm gonna fight other players, let's go! Right? But they don't realize that they're dead. You know, they're losing really hard, and they need to capture the points now. You know, it very much reminds me of... It kind of reminds me of MOBAs, actually, when people just forget about pushing the towers, right, and stuff like that. They just don't go for the towers or the objectives. They just fight the entire time, or just, like, kill the jungle mobs. That's kind of what's going on in this game. Like, Red Team has not grasped Conquest, like how you actually win the game. They don't know what's going on. Yeah. And as a result of that, they spent half of this game just like fighting people randomly in the middle of the map, not really going for the nodes or caring about the nodes in any way. Which, it might well be fun, but it's not a winning play.
Ready for targeting coordinates.
But that's how it is. The game is over. Incredible. Yep, pretty much everything has ended, I think. Then we're going to go on to the next round. Exciting times. Very exciting times. Let's go! Everyone's very mad at though. GG well played gets called. You honestly love to see that. Incredible. Can we use all the weapons without Soto? No. You cannot. As long as you if you own Soto, you can. But if you don't, then you can't. That is the situation. Incredible. How can I use Mace on Ranger when I never bought Soto? Screenshot yourself doing that. And with your story panel. Because either you're lying, or there's a bug. And, well, no, I wouldn't say you're lying. You're mistaken. So basically, I am going to say this. You are under a misapprehension. Like, as of right now, you are incorrect. That's how it is. That's how it is. In PvP you can? Oh, well, there you go then. I guess it's a PvP thing. But you can't normally. Let's continue. When did they change that? Because it wasn't like that, originally. Since last patch? That's actually very interesting. That's almost certainly a bug. Huh. Yeah, so it's like a bug in PvP then. The bug should stay? Well, I mean, it probably won't though. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure it's unintentional. It's a Soto feature, so they'll probably get rid of it. All right, there we go! We are through. We made it to the elimination rounds. It's going to be rank 55 Dragons versus Kranel. That will... Yeah, I mean, that's going to be very favored towards 55. Riken versus Incandescent. That's probably a game that's worth watching. Mamias versus Stellan. Probably a Mamias win there. And then this game, honestly, who the hell knows? Let's watch Riken versus Incandescent. I finally did a grinding SAB since Wednesday and Thursday last week, almost 2 days. Got my last node balls out of the full home instance. Very exciting. You love to see it. I'm infuriated. I bought Soto, and these paws are getting the weapons for free. I want a refund. Honestly, me too. I didn't even pay for the expansion. I want a refund. So there you go. Hang on, I'm still logged into fucking WoW, by the way. I had WoW running in the background, guys. What the hell's going on here? Is it a WoW stream or a Guild Wars 2 stream? Let's go. I want to see this game. Let's go. Log in. I hear it. Alrighty then, let's see what we got. What we got here? This, I mean, okay, this could be a game. Got the Conqueror, Catalyst, living the dream over here. Kingslayer, Pain, ready to slay. We have Zintrex, one of the most powerful players in Guild Wars 2. Warrior Leader. We have Ben Shapiro. You know, they need to do a team where they're all themed after various political commentators online. I feel like, you know, Zintrex, Pain, and Notamelon and Milak, They're not putting in the same level of effort. Although Demolish is not really putting in effort either, actually. His character doesn't really look like Ben Shapiro, does he? Like, what's that? It's a, you know, I don't recall Ben Shapiro being a Leaf man.
Hold on to your points.
But honestly, who knows? All right, let's go. It's time. Here we go. Looks like a standard opener. Both teams wanting to go for a bit of a fight in middle. Of course, no Chronomance for blue, so I think blue will probably want to kind of dodge that fight, I think. Or at least not go for a full team fight. Wants to spread out a little bit. Yeah, we kind of seen him doing that. Have a push going over here towards the Conqueror.
Team takes a capture point.
And, yeah, there is going to be this Untamed on blue team, and I mean, it's could be interesting. We see Zintrax going down over here, dying here in middle. You know, I feel like this actually might be a fairly interesting game, purely because I feel like both teams' comps are a little bit scuffed. So it's going to be less of a team. I think this one might come down to outplay, which I think is kind of what you want. I think there are a couple of matchups for Red where they are going to almost default lose because their comp is... It just doesn't work into their opponents. But this one might be a bit of this might be a bit of more of a skill matchup, I think. Because it is going to be a weird setup for blue too. Let's see what goes on here. We have this big fight on middle going there. And actually the Revenant, to give it credit, is actually kind of putting in the work here. The support is strong, and we actually have the red support Chronoman in a lot of trouble. Has to disengage there, tries to wriggle away. Looks okay, though. Actually is very low on cooldowns. Has a block pretty soon. But that's actually just about it. That Time Warp is really good, though. Time Warp is such a powerful tool now, actually. It's kind of weird to even say that. It used to be one of the worst abilities imaginable, but it's such a powerful tool now, both offensively and defensively. Super speed to disengage, and slow and chill to debilitate your opponents. Very, very powerful stuff there as well. Yeah, red team, after a slightly scuffed opener, do manage to mix it up. And we do actually see a slight change in build here. From the Conqueror, moving away from, I believe, the Fresh Air build. This is more of a traditional duelist setup here from the Conqueror. I do like that, actually. This is the adaptation that I was hoping we would see. This is basically, we need a way for this Catalyst to be able to interact with the Untamed without guaranteed hard losing the matchup. And going in this direction, I think is probably a good idea here. So I like this adaptation here from the red team. Seems to be working well, is holding against this Untamed fairly well. Thieves both coming in to try and support their respective players in this 1v1 matchup. Meanwhile, big scuffle happening over here. Holosmith looking to go for a kill. Looks like they're actually trying to kill each other. Big damage coming through. Of course, we have the supports around, so shouldn't be too much going on unless one of the players overcommits massively. This Holo is actually very, very low and is isolated from the support. This is maybe killable. Let's see what Demolish wants to do here. Yeah, does want to go for it, I think. Support Rev is coming in. But can they resustain it in time? Yeah, they absolutely can. The heal skill from the Holo also goes off, so going to be fairly stale. Meanwhile, the Thief does get caught on the other side of the map, actually. Big, big catch, in fact, from Syndrina. On Syndrina, rather. That's a big one, but the Conqueror in trouble here too, actually. Can't get the heal off. Has an Earth Shield. Ooh, can't get it. Is that going to be a bleed, though? Oh, can we... ooh, yeah. That should be... Yeah, that's going to get rezzed. Oh, hang on, though. We have reinforcement coming in from the red team. Here's the Kingslayer. Ooh, look at that burst for the Thief. Actually burst hard, but they've got to get this res. They do get it. No, the cleave came through just in time, actually, from the sword buff, actually. The sword buff from Pain actually got the rally. What an insane sequence there. From the red team. Really, really clutch play there from the Thief, arriving at the right amount of time. And they're going to snowball that into another kill. Naturally, these two players are in a bit of danger, especially that Rev. That Rev is not going to be super mobile, but does get out to a good position, kites away quite nicely. There's not the focus anyway. They're going to try and focus down the Untamed. Can they find the Untamed? The support is going to be good, but is it enough, actually? Ranger a little bit low on cooldown, still has one stun break remaining. With the quickening Zephyr there, of course.
Red team wins a capture
Looks like it is enough, at least for the time being. Yeah, some good defenses now available here for the Untamed. And the support is good from Azus, but the points are not. That was quite the disaster, to be frank, actually. They really wanted that kill onto the Conqueror. That could have swung the map very much the other direction. But this is looking good, actually. This is looking good. This is absolutely looking good currently. For the opponents, or for the red team, rather. Catalyst holding firm is going to have to deal with this Holosmith now, but I think that's fine for the Catalyst, or at least it should be, I think.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
Just resecuring this node here in just a moment. Looks like the Chrono wants to help force the issue. The Rev comes in to make this a very even 2v2. It's basically a support DPS versus a support DPS, kind of. A little bit, you could look at it that way. Red team continuing to maintain their advantage. Meanwhile, Blue have actually managed to neutralize the side nodes here. They're going to lose middle here. Zintrex is going to have the assistance of Kingslayer to get rid of this warrior. But of course, the reinforcement from the Blue Thief is now also in place simultaneously. Blue team secured this one. Yeah, that Untamed a bit of a brick wall. Like, this is definitely a bit of a theme, right? Like, if you don't have a Ranger, like, Ranger is just crushing these 1v1s right now. Very difficult to deal with on its own, unless, of course, you have an Untamed to match it or an assist. And that's what we see here. You know, this is definitely a very popular +1 target. It's a tough one to +1, though, right? The projectile block is quite high on this build and can kind of shut down the Deadeye fairly effectively, making it easy to maybe not necessarily like 1v2. You're not going to 1v2 on any build really against competent players. What you can do is stall, and that's exactly what the Untamed is doing a very good job of. If it dies here, this is going to be a pretty nice win actually for Red Team. Looks like it is going to... Ooh, maybe not actually. Oh, fumbles the jump! That's unfortunate. But it doesn't matter. The super speed actually allows the Ranger to recover. You can see the power of super speed, by the way, that like denying that cripple. Having cripple in those situations is so bad, but super speed negating that in a pretty fantastic way really gives you that kind of potential, even when a mistake is made like that, to actually get back into the mix. Dodges the magnet there. It's a bit of a tricky telegraph, but some good observation here from the Ranger. Blue team maybe making something happen. Ooh, kills the Chrono actually. Yeah, Chrono gets caught here in the middle. That's a really big one. For the blue team. I like that a lot, actually. We love to see that. Okay.
Blue team has obtained an artifact.
And there's the kill. And what's Red going to do to respond to this? Hollow Smith and the Thief getting in here. Of course, that's going to immediately prompt this Hollow to run away. That's not going to be in any way sustainable. Do need to see some caps here, though. Red needs to get this node. And now the support is here. Blue will be able to contest that quite nicely. And yeah, they're still holding middle here as well. Goku locked in this 1v1 versus Zintrex. It's a mirror matchup. Ooh. Yeah, the Untamed, though. The Untamed still taking that win in that 1v1. Not good. Not good at all. It still must be a bit of a thorn in the side. Very much so. I guess that's good roleplay, actually, seeing as I think the maces are a little bit thorn-themed. In fact, yeah, look at that, guys. Look at that. Look, Thistle Guard. Envelop yourself in thorns. See? It's appropriate roleplay for the Untamed. But, yeah, this matchup is just going to be rough. To be honest, it's going to be very rough, even with the change in build. But let's see if the Conqueror can at least hold on to it. Support Chrono is in the mix, too. Ooh, that would be a massive kill onto Sind. Are they going to get it? Zintrex wants it, and he does find it. Oh, but he ports up, and yeah, oh, that was nice. Very nice pull there from Goku to fully deny that. I think it was going to get res anyway, but really nice pull to pull Zintrex down to completely deny that cleave. And this is going to allow this 1v1 to start over here. That would have been a big moment, actually, but Blue Team, they've managed to get back into it. They really have. They're back in the mix now. They are in the mix. They are ready to pump. They are ready to crank, my friends. They absolutely are. Big hits coming through. Support Chrono, though, is probably going to be fine. I don't think there's a crazy amount of kill potential onto that support Chrono. It does force some cooldowns to be used, though, which is going to be kind of annoying in the next situation. But, yeah, all of a sudden, things are looking very bad, actually, for the Red Team. They've not been able to get these kills. They've been really struggling with some of these matchups across the board here. And, yeah, I really like how Blue Team's been playing. Blue Team has been playing really well. I feel like they had a bit of a shaky start. They didn't really find their stride, but now they absolutely have. They've been doing a very good job of rotating, and that's not a big surprise, actually. This is basically French Worms, and French Worms is a team that's very well known for having very sharp rotations. And right now, they're kind of running circles around Red Team. Like, this is not even about button pressing. This is not even about comp. This is very much Blue Team's kind of in the right place at the right time, and Red Team is looking a little lost, honestly. Like, they had a good start. They had a strong start, even into some of the mid-game, but now they have lost their way a bit. They need to come up with a plan, and they really haven't got a long time to do it. This has been a fairly slow game. We're nearly 10 minutes in, and I think after this set of deaths, they're almost certainly going to lose maybe even another player, 1 or 2 players here. They probably need to figure something out and then take a plan of action, because what they're doing right now is not working. It is not working at all.
Did you see that?
I'm pretty sure all, yeah, I mean, we're seeing Greatsword here. I think a lot of the warriors are running this dagger sword setup, actually. Seems to be a pretty common one that Zintrex is running. But, yeah. Greatsword as well from Goku. That's not a surprise. I think Goku, you know, he likes the Greatsword stuff. Staff, yeah. Staff is just such a... It's what I think this is something that some of the new weapons have. And I think we definitely see that problem here on Untamed here, actually. This is a big issue, is that the weapons are very versatile, right? Like, they are all quite, or many of them, rather, are quite hybrid-y. And stuff like that can be really scary, especially in PvP. Like, when you have something that kind of does multiple things, it can end up creeping its way into, like, every single build, right? Like, that is one problem that can absolutely happen. We saw this with a lot of builds historically, right? So like Grenade Hollow and Renegade, right? These builds that kind of have a little bit of everything, they tend to be really good. Funnily enough, actually, builds like that tend to be really good because what basically it means is that if you're like a multi-role character, if you make a rotational mistake, it almost doesn't matter, right? Because it means if you make that rotational mistake, then who cares, right? Because wherever you rotate, you're going to be value. Like, that's why builds are going to be pretty decent with that, but yeah. But yeah, it looks like Blue's going to take this, actually. I don't think Red's got enough time. Yeah, Kingslayer and Demolish both falling here. And 30 points left in the game. Blue team holding firm. It's a die on node situation. We're going to see Blue just sit on the dragon and sit on the field, and that's going to be the end of the game. It is GG. Let's go hop over to another game. Let's see. I think most of those are already over there. Yeah, in fact, every other game is already over, I believe, at this stage, which is not a terrible surprise, to be honest, as, again, the other matches were, I think, pretty straightforward. And it's going to be Riken versus rank 55 Dragons. Let's see if they can make it happen. Can they take down 55? We're going to see a little bit of a clash of styles, actually. It is going to be, well, not a no support comp, but a different support compared to the Chronomancer. Okay, let's get into this. This should be a big one. Wait, is this a big one? Actually, wait, what? Dude, these games are really slow, actually. Wait, what is going on here? Is this a semi-final? Wait, what is happening here? Oh, yeah, this is the other semi-final, right? Yeah, this is the other semi-final. That's exactly what this is. This is a very powerful team, though, actually, this blue team. This blue team could go beast mode. This is going to get crazy. This is going to get wild, actually. Now, I don't know how these teams are going to stack up. I think it's more about how blue team will stack up against the other ones, but you never know. We could definitely see some big gameplay here. It's actually Necro versus Necro, which is always exciting. Running 5 shouts, as nature intended here. Kind of surprised not to see at least a Spectral, actually. I feel like that is a very good ability on this particular map as well. You can just be highly mobile traversing all of this terrain, like climbing up and down, all that kind of good stuff. Meanwhile, gameplay is happening. We actually have Emperor Dra already getting picked off. Immediately as the game starts, both ranges securing their respective nodes. And red team really not deterred whatsoever. They've already got that kill, so they feel very confident to push into middle. Blue is doing a good job of stalling it, though, kind of minimizing the punish of losing that player. We already have this warrior, Berserker, in fact, actually. Condi Berserker is going to go for this push into the Untamed. Let's see how this one actually works out here. And this is going to be a tanky build, right? It is Berserker, and it's got that defense trait line, so it could end up being a stall matchup. We'll have to see how that turns out. Well, the Deadeye, trying to get in on the action, is going to be driven away instantaneously. This is the Warrior in a very awkward position. Goes up onto the pipe here. Should be good to hold on, at least for the time being. Heal skills up in 10 seconds, actually. This Berserker's in a lot of trouble. Needs some help immediately. Isn't going to be able to get it, though, actually. Like, no, we're still taking damage from that Spectre. The Spectre doesn't care about your kiting. Stand on the pipe all you want. You will die no matter what.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see if we're going to see a proper fight start up here. Ooh, that Reaper gets immobilized and locked down on the Deadeye. Comes from the snipe as well. Very nice picks, actually, from the red team. That is what we love to see. We really do. And blue team actually stumbling in this early game a little bit. Now trying to figure out what to do with this. Secures the windmill. They're looking to kind of go back over here towards the mansion. We will have some reinforcements coming in. Necro will bleed out. We'll then be able to come off respawn, but actually that's not going to be for a while. Blue need to be extremely careful. Oh, what actually happened here, actually? The Deadeye actually ends up falling. The Vindicator doing some insane plays, some really big plays there from Draw, basically winning a 2v3. Like, that should not happen. 2v3 gets won by Blue. That's the kind of thing that Blue team needs. That's what you need to get back into a game, and I think that play from Draw is really going to cement Blue team being able to start getting back into this. Meanwhile, we actually once again have this Untamed 1v1, but again on Blue's node, so Blue's happy there. They love to see that. Reaper now back in the mix, just pushes straight for middle. I like that. Draw's going to have to 1v1 the Untamed, which is probably not going to be a huge amount of fun, but that does, it would have to be, it's either that or the Necromancer, and trust me, it's not going to be the Necromancer. Let's see what this Necro's plan is. Looks like the plan is actually to go to far and kind of get involved in that fight over there. Yeah, Vindicator doesn't even bother to go for that 1v1. Wants to try and find somewhere to fight instead, try to deliver some DPS. Not really happening right now. Like, Red Team did a good job of diffusing that situation, to be honest. Like, Blue are in weird spots. Like, all of their players, I'm not really sure if they're in the right place right now. Like, they don't have much opportunity to get stuff done. Reaper and Vindy on mid is definitely good, so there is that. But I'm not sure if it's going to secure kills. The Chronomancer, I think, should be able to disengage. 1 billion Condis getting applied there. Doesn't have a shield 5 for a while. They're trying to turn it around into the blue Necromancer, but ooh, the absolute monster. Dra is moving in and actually assassinates the Chronomancer through the wall. Very nice port there from Dra. Caught Kako off guard though, that's for sure. Secures that kill, gets the job done, and that's very big. Looks like the Berserker might be falling as well. Yep, there it is. Berserker falls. And here we go. Reaper on middle, a little bit isolated here. See if the blue Deadeye or Vindicator can identify where the Necromancer is and go for an assassination. Reaper is now revealed here. Colon 3 Abuser in a bit of trouble. Spectre coming in, bringing some good support there, getting some healing. But yeah, this Reaper without a support is a very, very juicy target. And now we do have the support back in the mix, but the Reaper has already been heavily pressured. I think we're going to see Blue Team try to continue that theme here. Let's see how that Reaper is doing. Shroud is really running out here, though, yeah. Necro's got to disengage. Is able to do that, though, quite nicely, but I don't think Blue Team is going to let him get away with it that easy. Yeah, Dra wants to go in, but yeah, is a little bit scared of going up that terrain. Sees the support, doesn't want to overcommit to it. It would actually be hard to secure that kill regardless. And Blue Team, rather Red Team, no, Blue Team, they want to get stuff done on the map. They don't really necessarily... Not super worried about kills, right? They just want to get some control. They want control in this game, especially as their Untamed has actually just died. They're a massive collapse by Red Team. Basically a 4-player push coming through. Secures that kill and then surges toward middle. This is a very, very close game, actually. Red Team picking up the advantage again. We're going to have to keep an eye on the other game as well, actually, because it's almost certainly running right now. And that's also a very important match. So we might hop into that in a moment. We're going to have to do the double spec. I need a second account. That's what we need. We need double spectator accounts, chat. We've got to make that happen. I wonder if ArenaNet would actually let me do that. Because it would be quite useful, actually, if I could do, like, have a second account so I could multi-box. Use the old Guild Wars 2 launcher, you know, and just, like, spectate every single game simultaneously. That would be, well, it wouldn't be good for my CPU, but it will be good content. That's the important thing. Content overall. Yeah, meanwhile, Red Team, they're actually in a very good spot right now. They've got kind of a good defensive posture towards middle in their own node. They're gatekeeping access to the windmill highly effectively. Now they're just going to go for a big fight. And yeah, this Necromancer is highly exposed, actually. Let's see how the defensives are looking, actually. Oh, I like that. Very good kite, actually. Yeah, that can be a tricky one to get. That's what the super suit from the Chrono was very useful, though, as well. But it's not going to be enough, actually. That's not resable either. I don't think so. Wait. Oh, maybe it is, actually. Wait, what? Yeah, I think maybe some miscommunication there by the blue team. They all dropped down. Every DPS dropped down there. Well, I mean, that's just unfortunate. Wait, no way. There's absolutely no shot, right? Oh, my God. Oh, no, the Necro... No, wait. Yep. Okay, it is. Yeah. Slight fumble by the blue team there, and by slight fumble, I mean absolutely gargantuan blunder. The question is, does it matter? I guess it doesn't really matter that much. They're still able to pick up a kill on the Untamed and also on the Necromancer as well. So not the end of the world. And they're still actually... well, actually, wait, no. Yeah, whatever. I think I got a little confused. Yeah, yeah, that's unfortunate. But oh well, it is what it is. Nevertheless, the game continues. The game rages onwards. Blue pushing into this Berserker. Here we go.
Grabbed a capture point.
Doesn't die, though. That mobility on stuff is really good. Like, mobility in Guild Wars 2 is... It turns out it's quite strong. In PvP, being able to leap all over the place, very good. Very, very nice. I like how Skull Grinder still applies like 6 conditions in one go. Very fun and interactive skill. Always a joy to face that one. Blue, though, now back in the driving seat. Securing those side nodes, going for a big push. Oh, that Berserker never stood a chance, actually. So much damage connecting. The Deadeye not able to really help that much whatsoever. And yeah, this is where this Untamed wants to be. Loves to be on this windmill. Has to not die to the Deadeye, though, which is not completely free, even as an Untamed. Oh, hang on. Wait, this is very bad, actually. Nope, does not end up dying there. Has the projectile block up now. It was a little bit scary there for a moment. Managed to get the heal skill. If there was a steal available there, that would be extremely funny. That would have been... that would have been... Imagine just being a player. You just get auto-attacked to death by Deadeye. I mean, that's... It's got to be one of the more painful things to happen to you. It's kind of like getting auto-attacked to death by a longbow soul beast or something. It's quite common, and it definitely doesn't feel good when it happens. It really, really doesn't. Anyway. Man, looks like the other semi-final is pretty big. Show the other game? Man, I want to see both games. That's the thing. Because they're both very important. Blue team is starting to pull ahead a little bit there. A lot of these kills going out are not good whatsoever for Red. Oh, however could I have possibly guessed that? But yeah, these kills are bad. Red team keep hemorrhaging players. They lose a player, the player comes back, and by the time they're back, they lose another player here, right? We have this Berserker in a lot of trouble again. Support from Red team is coming through. It's very, very nice, but Blue team has now got the triple cap. Any more kills here, it's going to be bad. Yeah, that Berserker getting focused very hard. That should be a downside to Cold. I think the Chrono Monster desperately trying to go for the support, but I think it's not going to be enough here. Oh, the Untamed on the Warpath. The Berserker trying to hold on, but no, it's not going to cut it. I don't think that's Reserble either. I think we're going to see the Chrono fall too. And the Reaper as well is under a huge amount of threat. Yeah, that could be a cleanup here. It's going to be a full clean-out. Let's get into this. Okay, ooh, we have a big matchup here actually as well. Ooh, so here we have that clash of styles. Here we go. We've got the, well, not really. It's different composition. I keep getting baited by the Vindy. You know, like, oh, it's actually a support. It's not even the bunker build. It's actually like a full-on support. But anyway, we actually have the team I thought would basically crush everyone. In fact, losing. What a bunch of noobs. Anyway, it's Draza on the Deadeye. It's Boyce, Untamed. Frey, dead on the ground. That's what he's doing right now. On the Vindicator, we have Sabrina Carpenter here on the Holosmith. One Dodge Man, a.k.a. Misha, also known as the Master of Disaster. Here on the Chrono, looking to go for this kill. Can they get that on the Deadeye? Is the cleave going to be good enough? No, it is not. A very good res, actually, there by the red team. Getting that was absolutely massive. Deadeye back on their feet. Syndra ready to activate, ready to pump. Oh, is he going to get Draza? Draza just dies. Oh, no. We've seen a lot of deaths from Draza, actually, to be honest. Like, maybe uncharacteristic. Draza's very well known for being a very mechanically powerful player, but I've seen him die quite a lot, actually, to be honest, in these rounds, which is really not where you want to be. And another kill secured there on the Holo. Misha going for the... Wait. Oh, no. Misha in the wall. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Guys. This must be a brand new bug, right? There's no way a bug that serious could have been in the game since launch. And I don't mean the launch of the expansion. I mean the launch of the game. You know, the vanilla game in 2010. 2012 even. Oh, wait, yeah, it has. Maybe they should fix that. Anyway, that's actually really bad. That is catastrophically bad, actually. For the blue team, because they basically lost their support. They lost that fight, and they had no support for 40 seconds. That's pretty bad. Not good. Yeah, that was pretty much the worst time that could have happened. I mean, blue can still come back here, actually.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
But let's see what's going on. Ooh. Sind in a little bit of trouble. He's able to disengage. Ooh, might get picked off here by the Rev. No, the stealth is good. And there's a disengage. Wriggles away quite nicely. Blue pushing back out onto the map. Now they got Boyce back. They can actually now play the game. So let's see what they can do. It's not insurmountable. It's actually, they're in a really bad spot, to be honest. Just positioning-wise and points-wise. This is very, very bad. Looks like they don't have enough damage to actually generate kills here, and the approach from the red team is working well. And I think this is kind of coming down to actually just playing giga well from red. Like, red is kind of popping off. Red has procced. You know, they've activated, you know. I definitely think that the composition from the blue team is actually really good. Like, maybe the support, the kind of the bunkery Vindicator is not the way to go. It's really not surviving whatsoever, actually. You can see it goes down again. We did not see that in its previous games, but yeah, like, Frey dies again. And actually, is that just the end of the game? I think it kind of is, actually. Like, Goku in trouble here and probably dies, but I think we just see red team just run away, and they don't really care about that at this stage in the game. Like, blue team going for this cap, is that really going to be enough? Deadeye going in, it's being matched by Sin though, so unless we can see a really fast kill, that's not going to cut it. Is there a response to this node over here? Where's Frey? Frey is back in a couple of seconds. It's a Holosmith 1v1, so maybe we can see a 1v1 victory here by this blue player. That's not going to happen, though, at this point. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, this is not going to work whatsoever. We actually have blue team with no winning positions anywhere on the map, really. They have middle, but red team doesn't care about that whatsoever. This is not going to cut it. They are defeated. Yeah, honestly, a pretty massive outplay from red, I feel like, actually. Really well played by them. Kind of joined this game a little bit later, but blue team, it's just not working. Too many deaths. They couldn't find the kind of the lockdown that they wanted on the map, and really good damage output from the red team has won them this game. It has won them the day. It's not over, actually. It's not over. Of course, there's the finals after this to find the actual winner. Boom, there you go. We do have the blue holo winning that 1v1 in the end just by the skin of their teeth, but it does not matter. It's too late. They have been cleansed from the tournament. There it is. It's time. On the red team, do they have team names? They don't really have team names. They do have players. We have Amias, Emperor Dra. Here he is. Gamer. Video game enjoyer. Hammer man. We have, ooh, what is this? This actually doesn't make sense, actually. Tat going for the Dragon Hunter over the Reaper. This is not a Necro map, to be honest. That makes a lot of sense. I like the flexibility here. Necro is just too slow, honestly, for this map. You will just get outrun and do literally nothing the entire game. Your entire game is going to be running and basically turning it into a 4v5. Maya, so Dragon Hunter, I definitely like that swap up, actually. Still kind of almost somewhat similar role, I would say. Draza is very bad. That's actually true. Dude, that's such a good first message. Holy shit. Oh my god. I want to print that and frame that. Like, first message, Draza is very bad. Oh, yes. Like, that is a first Garth moment, okay? That is actually that is a first Garth. Like, holy shit. Okay, anyway, I got a little bit distracted there, but we got Celeste, we got Wolf Spider here on the red team, we got Riken here on blue, Azaz, also known as French Worm's leader at this point, Kill on the Holosmith, Ooga Booga Warrior, Goku destroys you, and Syndrana here on the Deadeye. Let's see what this game has in store for us. It's fairly similar set from both teams. Both have the Thief. There's a Dragon Hunter is the difference here. No Holo on red team, so it's DH versus Holo. The support, of course, being played by the Chronomancer on the red team, and the Aventari Vindicator here on the blue team. Vindicator already in trouble, actually, though, getting pressured very hard, and this is going to be a map where you can get very heavily punished by being in the wrong place at the right time. This map is absolutely huge, and I think one thing that we might see Azaz have a little bit of trouble with is that he is quite slow. The Chronomancer has the big benefit of being able to slot in this blink ability, right? And just having blink is going to be very highly mobile, leaping around the arena, all that kind of stuff. So the Chronomancer might be a little bit harder to kind of catch in the wrong place at the wrong time. and might also just be able to rotate quicker, right? Like, being able to rotate quickly on this map is very, very important. We have the Chrono Monster now down, though, for Red Team. And actually, Red Team having some difficulty with their Dragon Hunter also falling in battle here. Syndra very, very low, but has successfully disengaged. And 2 players from the Red Team are dying. Now, Kill is in trouble, but actually might rally off this Chrono Monster. Oh, this is not a good time to get a kill. We see that rally come through. Yeah, that was super awkward there, as the Chrono Monster hadn't fully died, so denied that kill, immediately rallied. That one guy... Dude... Oh, I'm going to have to make an insanely obscure reference, but that one guy who got really mad at the downstate existing would not have liked that. Okay, oof. Yeah. Oh, big juke from Jar, actually. But wait, the Mordekaiser's still killing him. Oh, no. That is not good. Big play, actually, by baiting Kill down, but it doesn't matter. He's dying. He's literally dead. Like, he's got... I think he has to go down. He's going to have to go for it. No, no. That's so unfortunate. Managed to live long enough for the Chrono to get here. The knockback is good there on to Kill, but as is now arrives too, that is not resable. You hate to see that. Unfortunate. Yeah.
Blue team takes a capture point.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Did you see that? Red
well,
team got a capture point.
I mean, that happened. I don't really know what to make of that. That's, yeah, punished. Punished! Regardless, the game continues. Kill getting supported there by the Revenant. And Blue very much circulating around middle here. I feel like this Dragon Hunter has struggled to get value, to be honest. I'm not sure if DH was... I'm not sure if DH was really the way to go here. It may be one of the only things that perhaps this player has familiarity with, but it doesn't seem to really be doing too much. Of course, the damage is good if it can connect, but it is one of those things that once it's out of cooldowns, it is a... Well, it's an easy target. Fish in a barrel. That's you. You are a fish. You are the barrel. As the Dragon Hunter after you're kind of out of juice. With that one. Red team actually do manage to get the stillness buff. So they're kind of actually accelerating ahead of their opponents in terms of points currently. And we have Tack going for middle here. Should be able to get that decap. Maybe the Thief can get here in time, actually. No, I don't think so, actually. Even with the mobility of the Thief, it's not going to cut it, I don't think. We'll be able to start contesting into that, at least for a while. And Red team, let's see, what's their next big play? They're kind of hovering around here. Don't think they want to push. I think they want to consolidate their position here. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to go for. Hovering around here, looking to maybe see if they can get a pick on someone. Go for an assassination as they try to rotate. So the main fight is going to be around this central area of the map. We see the Thief sneaking past. What's going to respond to that? It's going to be the Untamed. So I don't think we're going to see the Spectre really hang around here for very long. Might fish for a decap. Isn't going to get it, though. Just kind of forces the rotation. We'll be able to accelerate ahead. You can see, look at that mobility on the Thief, right? The Untamed is now forced to run all the way here. This is a window now for the Red team to get something done. Let's see if they can find a target. Not really, though, to be honest. It's a bit of a dispersed fight, so no real target for that Thief to try to burst. Now we see, of course, the Untamed from Blue team getting into this fight. We have the Warrior versus Untamed matchup over here. So got to keep an eye on that 1v1. It is on Red's node, so Red team obviously going to be pretty happy about that. The team fight kind of bubbling up, but not really going anywhere. Both teams kind of playing it safe here, just skirting around the node, trying to get a couple of ticks where they can, looking for an opportunity. No one really finding it yet. What's the target going to be? Looks like they maybe want to go for the Dragon Hunter, but actually the Dragon Hunter, actually, I don't know what happened to the Thief. What even happened there? I must have missed that. I was too busy looking at what if they were going for the DH, but actually Syndra just gets picked off instantaneously. Dies instantly. Maybe it was the true shot. Maybe the snipe kicked in, you know? Draw in a little bit of trouble. Dragon Hunter is actually fine, though. Still has renewed focus available. And, of course, if we can stay here, if we can stay here with the support, the DH is loving this, right? Yeah, Azaz goes down here as well. Dra, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Dra is cranking this match, actually. Like, he's been absolutely playing insane this entire tournament, to be honest. On this Vindicator. In every single match, I feel like Dra has been the absolute MVP for his team, or at least from what I've seen.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
A huge player in terms of just getting these kills, finding that vulnerability in the opponents. And of course, the colossal DPS of the Vindicator helps with that. Looking to maybe deny this cap here. They can't really make it in time, though. Yeah, sees the nodes too close, won't make it. Blue team find these neutralizations. Red going for middle. Now we have both buffs up. Let's see what teams are going to do here. Now, everything needs to be contested here all at the same time. Red, though, I kind of like Red's position here. They're going to get a 2-cap off this. Blue team is all centralized around the middle, but I don't think they have much potential to get bottom buff. I don't see that really happening. Realistically, we have contests here from Red. I don't really like how Blue's handled this whatsoever. Thief, Syndernut, can he actually get this decap? Nope. The Untamed arrives. Of course, the Deadeye will immediately leave, and that's a little bit annoying to deal with. Tac W in a lot of trouble. Yeah, has no cooldowns. Does get assisted by Dra, but actually, is that enough? Oh, this is scary. Really scary. I like that, by the way. Sin went into the bubble there. He saw the bubble on the turtle and actually went into it to deny. That was a very subtle movement there, but an excellent play from the Thief. Yeah, Dra now getting sniped, has 300 health, gets the projectile block, has the evade. Can he somehow get his heal skill off? Has another evade. Oh, the DH heals him, actually. Big F2 from the Dragon Hunter. Is it enough, though, to actually stabilize Dra enough to fight? He's really playing with fire. They're using the Dragon Hunter. Dude, the Dragon Hunter shield keeps Dra alive through all of that. Some really smart positioning there from both of those players to actually hold on through that encounter. Oh, the Deadeye is super low here. Dra didn't see him, though. He wasn't, well, to be fair, he was in stealth, so, I mean, yeah. But, you know, like, super low, nearly got picked off. Dra now responds to this. Of course, Deadeye is back on full. Lands a massive hammer, too, though. Holy shit. 6k. And Syndernut does get away, has the support Revenant here, so not much going on. It's support Chrono in the mix too. It will be a fairly stale battle. Ooga Booga Warrior though, Goku. Wait, oh, is that BM? Wait, what? Why was he just standing there? He wasn't stomping or doing anything. He was just typing, I think. I don't even know what that is, but regardless, we're here in the finals of the month, the 18, boys. Oh yeah. But anyway, we have players going for the kill onto kill. Kills assassinated. Top buff has been secured, actually. Triple cap now locked in. It's the sextuple cap, actually, because of the top buff. It is now neutralized there by the situation here. There we go. I think this is not enough. I think blue team is dead, to be honest. Yeah. There is no recovery. It is GG. Well, there it is. Emperor Dra. Emperor of the monthly AT. I don't really think there's much of a comeback potential here.
Did you see that? Red team got a capture point.
It is now triple capped. Ah, yes, of course. He was blocking the downside projectiles. And, you know, it would have been funnier if it was BM. I wish it was, to be honest. But sadly not. But here we go.
Still
Red team gonna make it happen. Gonna get the win. Middle is still secure. Emperor Dra. Getting shoved away now by the Warrior, but at this point, you just stand on the node and die. Yeah, and that's exactly what he's doing. Red team do need to get a node here to actually lock in this game. And it looks like it is going to be over here on the altar. Blue team trying to contest it, but sadly, they cannot do it. Red team secure it. I think at this point, it should be a fairly straightforward victory for the red team. Blue going for a full Hail Mary push. I mean, that's what you got to do, right? Oh, they do manage to get the kill on Tac W, actually. Tac falls. Is that going to be enough? Blue, maybe think about it. They got the top buff as well. Well, they're kind of crumbling here, though, actually, in this fight. The Soul Beast does now go down. Red team is going to get that kill. There we go. Celeste in a little bit of trouble. Blue very, very low. Indeed here. Kill is going to fall. Can they get this rally? Looks like the answer to that is going to be yes. But they got to get this decap very soon. And I don't think they've got enough time to make it happen. They do get the kill on the Ranger. So I think they should get the decap. There we... Oh no! Oh, that's so unfortunate. He actually went down. The stop was so close. I think the node is going to tick. Oh, they... No! Oh, no! Well, I mean, well, yeah, I mean, they had a kill on the other side of the map. So it didn't matter either way. But, I mean, there it is. Yeah, that is very unfortunate. The Ranger downstate right at the last second. But there it is. Red team, make it happen. Yeah. You honestly hate to see it. I mean, that would have been a big play. Yeah, that would have been pretty epic. A little epic maneuver right there. That's for sure. Yeah, that's true. Like, the guy who hates the downstate is big mad right now. Is like mega mad, actually. This is a very downstate themed tournament. You love to see it. Absolutely incredible stuff. Man, you know, this monthly, this was very interesting. Like, man, it was really sloppy. It was like messy. It was like chaos, to be honest. The games were not clean at all. It was absolute madness in every single game. But to be honest, you know, that is entertaining, right? It was very entertaining. Like, that's for sure. I don't know how it was on NA. I guess NA a little bit shorter. NA getting to the point. But yeah, just absolute chaos in every single match. Just people just you know, running all over the place, going crazy. And wow, look at that. TAC W. Dragon Hunter. Getting the job done. It was a 6-round AT. I mean, the Comet is popular. I really don't blame people for going for the Comet. It's honestly one of the good ones. It's one of the stronger ones, I'd say. So, yeah. Random queue is trash. Nice. That's a good one. I like that. Ah, look at that. Absolutely glorious. Look at these big winners. This guy with the default level 80 boost skins. Very good. It was a good reroll, actually. It was a clutch reroll onto the DH from the Necromancer. It looked a little bit scuffed at the start, but it worked out. It absolutely did. And there you have it. The new winners. They've got the little hats on. It's good stuff. We love to see it. Incredible. An exciting tournament. Not how I expected. Rank 55. Demolished. Okay. Absolutely destroyed. Yeah. We love to see it.